Yo, 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 yo. Welcome back to yet another stream of Town Hall Hoops. I'm your guy, Real Talk. I'm here with my co-host, Mars. Mars, how are you doing?
Amazing, amazing. Long time no stream.
Yeah? Long time no stream. Facts, facts. A few things that we're going to get into. Obviously, we saw the games today, or at least we saw the result of them. Cavs Raptors is now a real series. I think the Raptors pose Cleveland a real threat, which we'll get into. Um, Rockets avoid a sweep. I'm disappointed. I just wanted that series to be over, but now we have to go back to LA. Some of those advantages that they've had, even in all three of their losses, uh, shine through in a major way. And so they got to win today because they shot the ball well. You know, kind of what happens when you win the possession battle. You shoot well, probably going to win the game. Um, what else transpired? Oh, the Celtics and the Sixers. That series is over, but Joel Embiid didn't make a signing. We did have a Joel Embiid signing. He decided to go out there and play, and gave it his all and whatnot. And 9 for 21, defensive liability. It is what it is. I mind you, I didn't watch none of that game. I just saw the box score, and I saw that Tatum hit 5 threes and Peyton Pritchard had 32. So I'm just assuming they were abusing drop coverage. That's my assumption. I will have to watch the game. Okay, I am assuming. And then lastly, Spurs Blazers. That was a great game. I watched that game. That was a really fun game to watch. Victor Wembanyama is wowzers. Yeah, he may actually be already in that conversation. Maybe I just, maybe I'm late to the party or whatnot. It's fine. I'm late. But that guy really flipped that game on his head. And then we finally got a good De'Aaron Fox game. Finally got a good De'Aaron Fox game. He played phenomenal in my opinion. I do like hey Mars, it's kind of funny. Whenever he like drives the ball, gets 2 feet in the paint. Pretty good player, man.
Yeah, decent.
Pretty good
Yeah.
player when he decides to do that. And then got himself into a rhythm. Then hey, now the little step back three falls because you've gotten to the paint, made a few plays, you know what I'm saying? And not that standing in the corner. What's funny is that Stephon Castle either was it an injury or foul trouble or a little bit of both. And he ended up having to be off the court for a substantial amount of time. All of a sudden, Fox could hoop. Oh man. They have to stand in the corner for the point guard that can't shoot and watch him run spam pick and roll. How about that? He actually gets to hoop. He gets to play well, but it is what it is. We're going to have to talk about that. But we're going to start off with the game that we both watched. Blazers Spurs. That's what I want to start off with.
That's the only one I'm going to talk about, to be honest. Yeah.
Tell me what you thought about that game and what really caught your eye.
The first half was very interesting because this is the second game in a row where the Blazers look like they're about to beat the Spurs, and then everything just goes wrong for them. This one was even more like crazy. They were up like 20, and then that third quarter, they just couldn't put ball in hoop. Denny is kind of looking how I thought he would in this series, and I'm not saying that's a good or a bad thing. He's just kind of looking how I thought he would. Scoot had a stinker. That doesn't help, but Wemby just changes the game so much. And then when they finally decided to like not use Wemby as a perimeter player in the second half, and was like, "Oh, we have the greatest lob threat in the history of sports. Let's actually play him near the rim." All of a sudden, the whole offense opens up. They're scoring time after time after time. De'Aaron, like you said, was playing really well. Their half-court offense today had a 118 offensive rating. They quite frankly just couldn't be stopped in the half court. And a lot of that was because of that second half where De'Aaron is getting 2 feet in the paint. Wemby is either rolling or has tremendous roll gravity, creating shots for his teammates. But Portland have been more competitive than I think people would have expected. Now I know this game ended and they lost by whatever they lost by, but all of these games for the most part have been competitive. So I want to give Portland a lot of credit for that. But they shot 48% of the rim today. I think we can put 2 and 2 together. The guy with 7 blocks might have had something to do with that. I expect the Spurs, they're up 3-1. They probably win this in 5, if not 6, depending on however next game goes. I'd assume they could close it out at home. And looking at how the Timberwolves seem to be dying and the Nuggets are the Nuggets, the Spurs look like they have a real shot going to the conference finals. A real shot. And that's intriguing to me. I know you've been hating, so I don't know how you feel about
Hating is crazy. Hating is crazy.
You've been
I've been pessimistic. Pessimism is not hate.
Okay, cool. Define it however you want. You've been pessimistic.
Okay. Yes, that is my viewpoint and interpretation of what I've been doing.
Are you still pessimistic?
I mean, I don't have them beating OKC, so is that pessimism?
You don't have the 2 seed beating the 1 seed? No, I don't think that's pessimism. But do you have them beating the Timberwolves or Nuggets?
I mean, the Nuggets. Look, Minnesota.
The series,
Minnesota. If they were healthy, I would have picked Minnesota. So, I think a lot of what they could do to Denver, they would have been able to do to San Antonio. But we're not going to see. They're hurt. And so everybody's going to act like it's crazy of me to pick Minnesota yet again when it was just as crazy for me to pick them against Denver, and they finna pack them niggas up. So, you know, I'm just high on Minnesota. People are low on Minnesota. People are high on the Spurs. Guess I'm not as high on the Spurs. So, but they're great. They're a fantastic team. My only concern about them is, number one, the inconsistent play out of Fox. I just need him to be a more consistent player because I don't really think you can ask that of Stephon Castle and Dylan Harper. Like, I feel like one of them two playing good should always be like the icing to the already baked in Wemby Fox playing well cake. And I feel like too many times it's like, oh, they're actually some of the eggs in the batter too. Like, they're part of the cake because Fox isn't providing what he needs to provide as an all NBA caliber player. So that's my concern with them. Stephon Castle, just like the lack of perimeter shooting from time to time is a concern. And then the Minnesota matchup, I did say, like, I do think they would have had some trouble containing Julius Randle with their lack of like forward size and stuff like that. I think it would have been a really interesting series because this wouldn't be like play Gobert off the court. That would have been something to look at with his perimeter play. Can the Wolves, survive going small with Julius and Nas on the court with Wemby? Trying to spread Wemby out, get him out the paint. Who knows? We'll never know now. We'll never know because Ant can't play. But yeah.
If this series goes 7,
the series is not going 7. Are you talking about the Spurs?
Yeah. No, Nuggets.
The series is over.
Nuggets Wolves. If Nuggets Wolves go 7.
Oh.
And then the Wolves win in game 7. That gives Ant like an extra week or so. And then he'll be back by like game 3 of the Spurs series. There you go. Maybe game 4. Just 2-1.
That landing was nasty, bro. It was nasty. I didn't
like it. It was Giannis. And how many games Giannis missed? 2?
I guess you're right.
Hasn't been
Technically,
healthy since, but missed 2 games.
no,
Yeah.
he's dealing with issues on both of his knees right now. I'm good on it. I actually just want Ant to sit out, right? Just come back next year. Let's be healthy. But runner's knee, extended knee on the other one, I'm good. I'm so good on that, bro. I don't think he should come back and play at all. I'm gonna be honest with you. It's time for him to sit it down.
Interesting.
Time to
Interesting.
sit it down. But as a player, I know he's a player. He's going to want to play. He's going to want to come back as quickly as possible. So that's up to him. But I'm just saying, as one of his fans, I just don't think he can be impactful enough. He can't look as good as he wants to play.
I mean, yeah, he's looked bad in this series.
Yeah, he's been bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's been bad. So, yeah, I'm good on that. But do you think that they have a shot against OKC? Let's say
Who, the Spurs?
Spurs. Yeah, the Spurs.
They have a shot. I think Wemby can take away a lot of their paint offense. I genuinely think the Thunder traded for Jared McCain just for the Spurs. Like, I wholeheartedly think they made that trade just for a Spurs matchup, so that Wemby can't camp the lane on their non-shooters, whether that be a Ludor, Casey Wallace, Caruso, so they can put Jared McCain in there and basically try and drag Wemby out. But I do think the Spurs do a good job of keeping Wemby near the baseline at all times. If they're able to take away a lot of OKC's paint offense, Shai is still just ridiculous. Shai has managed to get himself to like 54% from the field in this series against the Suns, and his first game was 5 for 18.
Well, I mean, that's what happens when you score 40 and miss 3 shots.
He only missed 3 shots in game 2 as well. It's just he only had 37, so no one cared. Yeah. The Shai guy, man, he's pretty good. So, like, obviously, if the mid range going, then there's only so much you can do. But if you are to minimize a lot of their offense at the rim, force them to be a jump shooting team, I think you can make these games low scoring. I do have my issues with how Wemby's gonna look offensively, especially if they do this perimeter Wemby gimmick. Which is great when it works, but against those type of defenders who can get up under him, force him, like, he's taking a lot of mid-range jumpers. Like, I'm good off the mid-range jumpers for Wemby right now. I would expect the Thunder to win, but I think the Spurs could win. Is kind of where I'm at. So I would have like the Thunder, and I don't think 5 games means I think the series won't be close. I just think this Thunder will just close out a lot of the close games. So it would be like 5 or 6 to me. But I do see an avenue in which the Spurs would win. But I have them in the conference finals, I'm pretty sure. Well, I think Denver could beat the San Antonio. I know people are low on them, but I think Denver could beat San Antonio. So more matchup dependent.
I don't know, man. Not if Stephon Castle can guard Jamal Murray like with that level of physicality. Now, Jokic probably is going to have a better time with Wemby than he is. Well, I hope and pray at least, because I mean it can get too much worse of a time than what he's having with Rudy Gobert. But he'll probably have a better time with Wemby because he's more slight of frame. But I don't know, man. If you can guard Jamal well and they're 2-man, they're kind of cooked, bro. I'm not gonna lie. They're kind of cooked. Now, we all know the Nuggets are gonna dare their players to make shots from the perimeter. That's a concern.
The magical defensive scheme. Yep.
Exactly. Yeah. Pray niggas miss. That's Denver's scheme. So they're going to be probably like going under Fox screens. They're going to be going under, Nikola Jokic is probably going to be on Castle. Same with like Dylan Harper. The only shooters you have to like really worry about on the Spurs are like Champagnie, Harrison Barnes, Vassell, basically. So yeah, that'll always be their Achilles heel. But Also, it will be, hey, Wemby needs to be able to like guard Nikola Jokic. Like that's a big deal. But again, we've seen now an example of a player that Nikola cooks in the regular season. And now we're in the playoffs. And he's
Oh
getting his shit
man, Jokic
absolutely.
PR is so fried, man.
I mean,
Oh damn.
am I lying?
I mean, shit, he did it to himself. I ain't about to be like,
I mean, shit,
but
it is what
no,
it is.
this is the worst Jokic PR has ever been, like by far. I don't know if it's ever been this bad.
And I'm loving every bit of it.
Shout out to Rudy, man. And retroactively, Rudy's gonna start getting more praise historically too for
Yep,
this. So shout out to
absolutely.
Rudy.
It works
Members
out.
of
It balances itself out.
Members of
It
Rudy
balances
FC.
itself out.
We finally have something to be proud of, man. Shout out to Rudy. It's still Nuggets in 7 though, so we'll see how that changes perception. Because that means Jokic will have 3-1 comebacks on his resume. Yeah, it's a lot of
Bro,
3-1.
we're not praising you, beating the Rudy.
I know you're not
IO
praising
that
anything. Don't
Timberwolves.
worry, you're not praising anything. Next thing you know, they're in the
Yeah, man.
finals, and you still gonna remember this series. Yeah, it's cool.
No. If they beat OKC, then we'll have a different conversation. But yeah, beating the Rudy IO led Wolves not moving me. I do want to, because we haven't really talked about the that Phoenix series at all, or at least just like how good Shai is. Like, bro, this brother's ridiculous, man. He's ridiculous.
Cool.
It's crazy. When I watch Shai, I'm like surprised when he misses a shot. I'm like, oh, he didn't make that one. Gets to his spot whenever he wants to. Handle, dumb tight. Better passer, better playmaker. I don't know what you do with him besides just hope he missing, bro. I mean, that's really it. It's just we hope he off tonight because there's nothing you doing.
Shit, when they start calling push off, shit, maybe he wouldn't be scoring so easy. I don't know, man. That push off kind of crazy. When you watching Shai just to watch Shai, and you're not invested in trying to get your propaganda off that Jaylen Green gonna hoop, you cool. When you watching trying to root against this shit, them push offs be hurting your soul, man. Something gonna be done, man. We gotta do something about Shai's whistle. That's where I'm at. We gotta do something about Shai's whistle. This shit unfair. I don't like it. It's still Suns in 7. But man, it's tough over here. He's 67% true shooting on the series. And he's shooting 25% from 3. And he had a 5 for 18 game. Pretty good. I'll just say that. Pretty good.
For the people in the chat talking about it's the Suns. Weren't the Suns one of like the 10 best defenses this year? Am I tripping?
Yeah, but we don't have Mark Williams. We don't have Jordan Goodwin. Game 1, Shai was 5 for 18. No coincidence Jordan Goodwin played that game. Ever since, Jordan Goodwin ain't played.
I mean, that's fair.
Shai ain't missed. Yeah, Shai ain't missed. Now I'm a Shai hater. Salute. Yeah, this isn't the same Suns defense. I do think the Suns defense is okay, but this isn't the same Suns defense that was like top 10 during the regular season.
I want to see more Ryan Dunn minutes. I know that.
I want to see more Rasheed Fleming minutes, but Jordan Knott isn't going to trust his young players that much. He's kind of playing Malowatch because he has to, because Mark Williams is unavailable. Dylan Brooks is doing amazing. I want to give him credit. Like, do I like the way he plays? No. Do I think they're defending him so that he will shoot this many shots? Yes. But at the end of the day, if you're scoring 30, I'm not going to complain that you're doing what the defense is daring you to do. Like, if someone dares someone to shoot and you make 6 threes, exactly. If you dare Amen Thompson to shoot threes and he makes 6 threes in a game, I'm gonna give him credit for making the 6 threes. Now they're daring Dylan Brooks to score, but he's giving us 30. Like, at the end of the day, shit, Devin Booker, give us 30, please. Jaylen Green, shoot about 40% from the field. We don't mind. Like, we'll take it. I think he was at 43% last game, but he stepped had it at the end. But we'll take it. 26 points on 43%. That's good. That's good for Jaylen Green FC. In all fairness, the Suns can't win. I think we all know that.
I mean, yeah.
And I don't think the Rockets can win against OKC either, because it is Rockets in 7, as you know. I don't think the Rockets can beat OKC either. So I genuinely think the Thunder have a cakewalk to the conference finals. So that would be interesting. And then Jada will be back in the conference finals. OKC Denver round 2. I don't mind that.
I really hope you're wrong about that. I really hope you're wrong about that. But yeah, I did want to give
it's
a shout out.
possible though. It's possible.
I know. Unfortunately, I did want to give a shout out to Dillon Brooks because he has been hooping this series. Devin Booker, man, it was fun. It was cool. You know, that guy's he's not the player that he once was. He's just not. The athletic decline is there. The inability to create separation is there. I'm seeing OKC force him to do stuff he really doesn't want it. Like Devin Booker's not a full sprint, stop and pop transition 3 guy. That's not him, but he's like trying to shoot those because that's one of the only shots he can like comfortably get up. He needs to be a 2 now, like a bona fide. You are now the second option on the team. He's no longer somebody who.
Oh, okay.
No. I told you about what I think he should do. I think he
James Harden.
He needs to just be accepting that he's not a tier 1 scorer anymore, and just run pick and rolls well and pass out of them, and be ready to attack this closeout when your other real superstar creates a closeout advantage for you. That's where Devin Booker is now. He needs to accept that. The Suns need to know that as well.
Yeah, no comment, man. The Suns they doing shit no one expected them to do, man. No one expected them to be in the playoffs. They're playing with house money right now. Melo is going to develop in the offseason. Jaylen Green going to be healthy next year. Going to be back in the play-in. Going to be fun. There we go. Going to be fun. I'm going to be honest. Why aren't you talking about the Nuggets? Because I know we're doing this after today's games, but quite frankly, we don't care about today's games. Why aren't you talking about, like, why aren't you pushing pro right now? That's what I'm asking. Why aren't you pushing pro?
I mean, number one, we are like a day removed, and like games did happen today.
You're gonna be on the panel tomorrow, right?
Uh-huh.
Will you be pushing pro?
It depends on where the conversation is. First off, I'm only going to be on there for the second half of the show. I think there are people actively avoiding me being on there with me at the same time, maybe for this very reason. Look, I just think I'm not a sore winner, Mars, unfortunately. When I've won, I'm good. I've won. I don't really need to like say anything else. You know what I'm saying? Nicola's doing all the talking for me. I don't what all do I need to say when he's Mars? I just found out today because I knew he was like shooting bad. I didn't know it was 39%.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know it was 18% from 3.
Mm-hmm.
This is worse than 2011, by the way. This is worse. I think he's playing worse than LeBron was playing in that series.
There's I guess by the way, that 39% is being heavily carried by game 1. Since game 1, he's 34%. I'm 15% from 3. But my hot take, 2011 Bron is not the worst a superstar has ever played in a series. It's LeBron James on the biggest stage. But there's been superstars who have played worse than 2011 LeBron. I'm still of the 07 LeBron played worse than 2011 did. But 2011 was just overwhelming favorites, up 2-1, what he did in the fourth quarters, blah, all of that stuff. So, like, in terms of meltdowns, yeah, 2011. But in terms of just if you didn't know who LeBron James was, and you didn't know who Nikola Jokic was, or you didn't know who 07 LeBron was, and you just watched all of those series, and someone asked you who is the worst player there, you wouldn't say 2011 LeBron. There's no way you would say 2011 LeBron. But because of everything that's attached to it, that's why people say that's the worst the superstars ever looked. Like, but it's not in my opinion anyway.
I mean, what were you expecting me to come on here and say about the Nuggets?
Well, not really the Nuggets, but I expected you to still be here telling us about Jokic. I saw Lowe's video. You was a feature in it because you called him. Lowe decided to jump off the cliff that he's not a top 10 offensive player ever. I don't know how one goes from the greatest to not top 10, but that's the type of thing. Like, that's like everyone else jumping off cliffs, and then here you are doing moral high ground. Like, oh, look, I told you guys. Yeah, I knew.
No, because all I've ever was trying to like get across is hey, I think he's great. I think he's phenomenal. I still think I'm not like going to, jump off a cliff if you still think he's the best player in the league. I wouldn't. I'm just saying what my whole point has been. You niggas are talking about him way too highly. GOAT offensive player? Really? GOAT offensive player. Based on what?
Them regular seasons be crazy.
No, shout out to him. But again, I think I've just been better at this than most people. I'm sorry. I am understanding that these regular season outputs being put up by these players, this is more, I think we're in more of a 60s era than we want to like acknowledge. like yeah, it's there. I'm not saying these aren't phenomenal players, but some of these numbers are it's ridiculous, bro. And when you're in a regular season environment where you have 4, 5, 6 teammates that shoot 40+% from three, you're the biggest, one of the biggest players on the planet and in the NBA. On most nights, yeah, he's going to kill. He's going to destroy you. You double, his teammates don't miss. You don't double, he's going to cook your 6'9" center. That's what's going to happen. Now, the more times that he plays actual front courts and stuff like that, which tends to be more in the playoffs, we see. We see. But I don't think he's like, again, lost any argument for, well, I don't have him as the best in the world, but he's still in that conversation. There were some people out here saying like, oh, I don't know if he's top 5. I think that's crazy. He's a top 5 player in the league. You know what I'm saying? People are now like giving him extra shit for his play against OKC. I was one saying like, I mean, damn, we did say this is arguably the greatest defense ever. Cut him some slack there. Like, I'm the one. I just always been reasonable.
You're seeing what I'm going through. I'll say something about a player. It will be proven right. People who then jump off cliffs, go completely off the rails, and then you end up having to defend the player from the allegations that you initially put on them. This is why I get called like this contrarian. You're seeing it in real time. You was absolutely, for the most part, you were right on Jokic. I called him the best offensive player ever for 2 weeks and walked it back 2 weeks later. Unfortunately, that was also in a series in which I did, and which is very documented because that was the one time I decided to call him the best ever. But that's fine. I called him that, walked it back later. But you being as hellbent as you were on your stance, and then seeing everyone in real time, then go from your stance of he's not the best offensive player ever, he's not really close to MJ and Bron, to watch them people say he's not a top 10 offensive player ever, he's not a top 5 player in the league. And now you're like,
now
I have to defend this guy.
Like, yeah,
this is what I'd be going through.
If you saw the video when he called, I had to get off the phone with him because my last words were, "Hey, you're like criticizing him more than I want to right now. It's not fun. I'm getting off the phone. I'm not fit to be saying he's not. If he's still probably one of the top 5 offensive players ever. I mean, he's still very much in that conversation, like very much so. But again, I knew that LeBron and MJ, that was insane. That was crazy talk. You have to allow these people to stack some seasons before we just start saying they're better than X player who showed us 8, 9, 10 years of dominance. We got to stop doing that. Shai, you still have some time to go for me until you get here. I'm not doing that off 2, 3 seasons. I'm not doing that. Because here's what people run into. Because every player's fan base thinks their player is too good not to fuck up. When reality and history shows it's just a matter of time for your player fucks up. Everybody and so that's why we sit and wait. There was not a LeBron fan on planet Earth prior to the 2011 finals that would have thought LeBron James would have played that bad in the series. They couldn't even, that wouldn't have been a reality to them. It wouldn't have been a reality. There's probably not a Kobe fan who thought prior to that 04 Pistons series that he could play that bad. But he did. He did. There wasn't it's not computing right now, Mars, to a Jokic fan that he can play this bad. But he can. These players, here's the thing. When you keep having to play the better competition over and over and over again, sometimes the better competition is going to win. That's how that goes. People forget, Rudy Gobert is Rudy Gobert. Yeah, exactly. He has to keep going up against Rudy Gobert. He's going to have to keep seeing OKC in their defense. Good luck to him. Good luck to him. But every time Kobe had a bad series against a top 10 defense, you could rattle off all the stuff. Oh, I know. You talking about Kobe. Well, look what he did in 04. Now look. Now look. Exactly. Yeah, and you're not even going against the arguably Kobe's 2 worst series are against arguably the greatest defenses of all time.
The Celtics and Pistons. The Celtics and Pistons.
Exactly.
Yeah, Jokic, Rudy Gobert, and OKC. 2 good defenses.
Minnesota though isn't an all-time defense this year. So.
Although to be fair, in 24, until Luka obliterated them, that was the talks. 24.
No, the 24, yeah. But I'm saying this year though. Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure. But the 24 Wolves, I remember is this the best defense since the 08 Celtics? Nah, they just boxed up Jokic. So they got given that label. That was the thing that always threw me off because, as you know, proud member of Jokic FC, circa 22, 23, those years, when everyone decided that he wasn't actually that good. And then everyone did the inverse of he won, then everyone jumped off cliffs, and I was like, oh, okay, I guess I'm here now. Hello. I still feel very similarly to how I feel about that Jokic back then. I just think he's been declining. That's kind of where I'm at. I just think he's worse than he was a few years ago. Now, that might be because Spencer Jones fell into his leg because this regular season, he was going crazy. I think he solved the regular season formula to max out impact offensively, all of that stuff. But I do think he's just gotten worse as a scorer as years have gone by. And I think this series is the culmination of all of it. This is just outrageously bad. And I don't think this is how bad he is. But I do think he's just not as good as he was a few years back. So I also think the league changes so fast that the league is also just catching up to what he does. So even if his skill set is better or just as good, if the league is catching up, it's like if you put 2016 Steph in the league today, he wouldn't look like as much of an outlier as he did in 2016, despite being the same player. So I think that's kind of what Jokic is going through. It's like, even if he is the same player, people don't want to buy the decline part. If he's the same player he was a few years ago, the league has caught up, so his margin is not as wide as it was back then. And then not to mention, the defense is just egregious. Like, it just is. So if you're not providing the transcendent offense, that's where you run into the issues. And that's why my biggest issue comes with Jokic right now. It's not that I think people overrate him, although I do think people do, and they still do, is that his value has been so heavily tied to providing transcendent offense that he can't afford to have these drop-offs in the way that other people can. Like a lot of the other all-time greats can drop off offensively in a series or for a stretch of games, and they can either ramp it up defensively or always have that baseline defensive value. He just doesn't. And that's my biggest issue. I still do think he's like one of the greatest offensive players ever. Tier one just depends in like how loosely I want to define tier one. Do I want to define it as just like the top two and then everyone else is tier two, or do I want to put it as like the top 6 through 8 are all tier one? That would depend on how I define with Jokic is tier one. But like for me, he's still easily top 10 as an offensive player. That's how good he is. So my whole opinion of him hasn't changed that much. I do think he's probably not the best player in the world, though. But I've been there also for a while. I don't know how I feel about that. But
yeah,
he's top
you kind of have been there for a minute.
Just the defense is problematic, man. I don't know. There's no other way to define it. The defense is problematic. So yeah, he's probably not the best player in the world. He might be, but he's probably not. But I mean, he still had a good run. Like for me, he became the best. The 23 season was the first year. No, 22 was Giannis. Giannis was the best player in the world. No, for me. 23
I mean, I know
was probably,
I had Giannis in 22.
22 I had Giannis and Jokic 1A, 1B. That's why I had them as the two best players in the world. Everyone else is below them. So I probably still have it as the same 1A, 1B. But I'll favor Giannis. 23 was the first year I think he was the best player in the world. And then 24, I guess I can't just glaze Embiid for 30 games, but I know what I saw. I'll just say that. I know what I saw. And then Shai came around 25. So he had about a 2.5, 3 year stretch of being the best player, I would say. That's not bad. Like that's good. Like, you're not gonna hold that title for a decade. Now, when people say he's the best player ever, shout out to Stan Van Gundy. You start to lose me. But even I said some things. I said he was the best player since peak Bron. So that means I was saying he was better than, I said he was better than like peak Steph.
He did.
And who else was that? Peak Steph's probably the only name that I'm like strongly still disagreeing with. But yeah, so I said he was the best player since peak Bron, which I still think he has an argument for, by the way. But like, so I've said some things in my day that aren't aging super well, but I don't think I was that far off base, to be fair. Now, better offensive player than Shaq convos are opening up again, which is nice because I feel like Shaq gets underrated as an offensive player. So shout out to Shaq. But yeah, that's it. I don't have anything else to say about Jokic anymore. I'm kind of tired.
Yeah, Shaq is definitely. I just don't think enough people have like actually watched a Shaq game. If you haven't, just go watch one. And then tell me that if those two players are on the court, Shaq wouldn't be the best player. Bruh, Shaq was a mammoth of a human being that could run like a good bro. Shaq, people forget Shaq was an athlete. He wasn't like this big, lumbering, can't move figure, bro. His brother was 7'2", 300 and who knows pounds, jumping, running in transition. Like, bro, he had good footwork, especially for somebody that's, bro. Yeah, please go watch Shaq. Just go watch Shaq, please. I'm just begging you, and then come back and then tell me that, but Jokic pick and pop game, like. Cool, bro. Salute. Um, Last thing though, I want to say about Jokic and just the ranking of players in general. I'm seeing now some people like um Jason Timpf and some others like now reconsidering. I mean, what does it mean now that I have to really reconsider because this not being able to protect the basket thing is a real problem. And it's like, yeah, yeah, it is. It is. And but I also don't like the fact that like some of the argument for Jokic would be, hey, if he and Shea switch teams, then Jokic defense wouldn't matter, which to a degree it wouldn't. Like they would still be very much
Yeah, you
so
give him Chet next to him. Yeah.
yeah, but
Yeah.
this is what I'm saying. This my because I'm kind of getting tired of this argument too, where like um and I've been trying to say this. Your team being able to hide something doesn't then take away the fact that you're still not good at said thing.
Thank you.
So like because we've gotten too comfortable excusing away bad defenders because they can participate in good defense, whatever that means, right?
Okay.
But so for example, 23-24, second half of the season, the Dallas Mavericks after the trade deadline was like a top 3 defense in the league. Luka Doncic is still a horrible defender. That shouldn't sway you because his team has managed around that as far as ranking him as an individual player or assessing him as an individual player. Jalen Brunson participating in top 10 defenses doesn't take away from the fact that Jalen Brunson is a bad defensive player. Jalen Brunson is on another top 5 defense this year or something like that. Damn near. The Knicks were
Anyone could
rated out
have told you
stupid,
that shit was fake. Yeah, anyone could have told you that. Where were they?
but
Per clean
he's
in the
a
glass.
bad defender.
They were 10th per clean in the glass. Still top 10
10.
defense.
Yeah, top 10. Yeah. But he's still a bad defender. Jokic, even if Denver manages to put a team around him where they can gloss over that fact, doesn't mean that it's still not a fact and that I'm not going to take that into consideration when evaluating him as a player. Because that still matters when we're assessing these players. Go ahead though.
Yeah, I agree with that premise. It's the same inverse to like if a player has a flaw, to your point, defense, whatever it may be, playmaking, whatever, and then they're on a roster that can hide those flaws and they can win, that doesn't mean those flaws are unimportant.
Right.
The inverse, I think, is also true. If a player has flaws and they're on a roster that can't hide those flaws, that does not mean they are now worse as a player. Like that's
Kevin
also
Durant right now.
Kevin Durant's lack of ball handling, playmaking. Yeah, that's a flaw. Absolutely. I think we should point those things out.
And it's a big deal.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
When you're evaluating Kevin Durant as a player, bring up the fact that he struggles as a ball handler, playmaker, initiator. Absolutely. Him being on a roster that then asks him to do that more than he should does not then make him a worse basketball player as opposed to him being on a roster that wouldn't ask him to do that. And now all of a sudden he's better at basketball. No, he's just on a roster that's built correctly around his skill set. So like being able to like actually watch a player, see what flaws they have, what strengths they have, and be able to isolate that as best as you can away from the situation is like how you should like evaluate players. It's why there's certain PRA demons in the regular season who people can see, yeah, in the playoffs, that's not going to work. Shout out to Jalen Johnson. Like that's just, it's not going to look the same despite 21, 10, and 8 because of these flaws in his skill set. Now, if he goes on a roster that hides those flaws, that doesn't then magically make him a better player. It might make him more impactful, which goes back to the impact versus better player conversation. But his flaws still remain unless he actually changes them and addresses them. So I feel like we should be able to look at players and see what they're good at and not good at, and evaluate them as such, and not be like, oh well, if their team can hide it, it's actually not that big of a problem. Because that shouldn't be that. That's not. I don't think that's how it should work. But
No.
People do what they do. So shout out to the bad defenders who have been on good defenses. Actually means you're not a bad defender.
Facts. Steph Curry was getting a lot of that too.
He's a better defender than the Jalen Brunson.
Oh yeah. But even still, like it's like, brother, I saw you didn't have all of this. Brandon Jennings give you.
You get average at best. Steph is average at best on defense. That's about as high as I can go, which is still fine, but it's average at best.
No, it's been a blessing that he's been tied to arguably
maybe
the best defender
of the
in his generation. Yeah, his whole career.
That helps. Blessing that guy was tied to him. Mutually exclusive, mutually beneficial. I mean,
beneficial. They definitely. That's the most mutually beneficial relationship I think I've ever seen between two basketball players. As far as them truly like masking each other's weaknesses and maximizing each other's like. Yeah, I don't think there's been a better yin and yang in NBA history. Like, because Kobe and Shaq, they don't like necessarily need the other one per se.
I could argue Kobe hid a lot of Shaq's flaws.
Closing game.
I don't know if Shaq hid a lot of Kobe's though.
Kobe's flaws, yeah, that's one.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, that's actually interesting. I don't know. Was Steph my first NBA love? No, it was Carmelo Anthony.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know. I was a Knicks fan. So like they were the only team I knew. Melo was like the only player on the team I knew. So when I would watch, it was only Melo who I knew. And I like jab step, face up, mid-range jumpers. So yeah, Melo was the first player I really liked in basketball.
The more I've talked to Mars, the more I've realized that he's had to involve himself with stats.
I could just see what I like versus what's like.
Mars's instinct is dribble, tweet, and hezzy, pull up.
That's like, my favorite. Everyone knows my favorite archetype. What are you talking about? But it's just that doesn't mean you're better than other people. There's some players who I just don't enjoy watching, but like you're still better than other people. But my favorite, like if you tell me who can I sit down and watch, yeah, it's gonna be the big wing, like the big wing who can go get a bucket, especially in the mid range. Yeah, that's gonna be my type of player right there. I don't know. I used to watch a lot. And I still do like watch a lot of like the 1v1 scene. So like, I think maybe that's where it's tied into. So I just.
Oh, you watching niggas go tween, hezzy, tween, step back, step.
I don't know. I like what I like, man. I like what I like. Are you gonna ever send this link?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. My boy Bijan in the what you call in the 101. Shout out Bijan, man, from Houston. You know what I'm saying? Childhood friends. Salute the boy over there getting money. I think him and his team like won some game because like the 1v1 guys are now doing like these team concept things and like playing for money against each other or something. I don't know what they're doing, but yeah. Some of y'all in the chat know who Bijan is. Okay, that's what's up. Yeah, Bijan is tough. We back in the day, he was a little bit older than me, but we played on the same AAU team. And I'll tell y'all this, and it's a true story, by the way. I'm telling the truth. So I matched up with Bijan, and I know he finna hit this little move. He finna hit this in and out. And I want to beat him to a spot to draw a charge, right? So he does exactly what I thought he was going to do. Right hand in and out, boom. I get there. I meet him chest to chest, right? I'm flopping because I'm trying to get a call. But what he does after the in and out is he does a pullback dribble. And so now it looks like I've fallen. And then that was my last charge attempt in my basketball career right there. Because I'm not gonna be looking like a nigga just dropped me because I'm trying to play defense. That's not gonna be happening. Yeah, you're not finna get that clip off on me like that. So
He hit the shot?
salute. You saw it?
Did he hit the shot?
He did.
Oh, damn. Okay, that's
Yeah.
tough.
Yeah, he hit the shot. So that's what made it worse. Then
Happens to the best
I
of us.
became a sit on your crossover guy. That's what I did. You know what I'm saying? Because niggas love to try to bing. You know what I'm saying? But really, if you were playing me, you
Straight
could
line
have
guy.
hesitated
There
and
you
go.
go.
Yeah, you could have hesitated and went the whole time. I'm not lying. But nah, niggas didn't figure that out. They want to. Oh yeah, I'm sitting on that. Come here, Bob. Other way. Come on now, y'all dripping. Should have just hesitated and went. But start breaking some of these people up, man. Again, I'm gonna put the link in the chat. Again, make sure y'all tap that. Pause. Also, make sure you like the stream, subscribe to the channel as well. If you are not subscribed, turn the notification bell on so you know we're live and we'll drop another vid. And of course, we have our guy.
No way. Oh my god.
We have our guy Nassim. He's here. Salute.
What's up?
What's
What's
up
up?
with you?
How y'all doing? Yeah, I ain't gonna lie.
Doing well.
I'm in a different scenery than I usually am in because I was just downstairs
Mhm.
like rewatching the games, eating pasta. And I saw y'all link. I'm like, oh shit, that's what's up.
Let me be
I ain't think,
first again. Salute.
yeah, but y'all was talking about the games, right?
Mhm.
For a little bit,
Partially.
partially. I've been seeing a lot of stuff with Jokic is getting that's crazy blitz on Twitter. I didn't know people dislike Jokic this much. Um, all of a sudden. But hey, it is what it is. I do want to talk about some of the games though.
Wait. To be fair,
Mm.
we have to acknowledge Jokic FC have been blitzing all the other FCs for years. They blitzed Embiid FC. They blitzed Giannis FC. They've been blitzing Shea FC all year. They blitz Luca FC. They
I'll-
haven't made many friends in this space. They haven't made many friends.
I won't lie. Yeah,
When you
absolutely.
go around telling everybody that your guy just clears, right? Just it's not even a conversation. Yeah, it's
Okay,
going to be some pent up animosity.
but like Mars knows, like, and I guess partially you would also know real talk. Like, I'm a Steph guy. I never, even with like the Jokic stuff, I'm just like, as an offensive player, I never thought Jokic was like better than Steph at his prime. But if they believe that, it's probably just because like, hey man, they just watch Jokic a lot. That's cool. It is what it is. I know I'm a little biased with Steph. He's probably not in a lot of people's like rankings where I have Steph. So it's just like, I don't know. I think it's just it is what it
I mean,
is.
fandom is definitely part of it. You know what I'm saying? Like it's always going to be part of that fandom. But the thing is that really, I'm not worried. I don't criticize fans as much as I criticize. We're supposed to be trying to be
Oh yeah, very true.
objective,
Very.
right?
That's so
Characters
hard to
like
do.
me, Mars, other content creators,
Mars is a
right?
grifter
And so
in objectivity.
most of my smoke
Mars is a
was
grifter.
for
He's a super
those type of
grifter.
people.
Haters,
Most of
man.
my smoke was for those type of people. And now those same people who are doing all of the exalting and the praising, now all of a sudden he might not be top 10 idol.
Nah,
Okay,
it's
man.
bad.
All right.
I won't. But to be fair, it's three postseasons. Yeah, about three postseasons in a row where he didn't play like particularly like his best. Um, yeah. At least that's what I think people are saying. I would say the past two. I don't know about three. The past 2 years, he's played pretty like meh or really bad. So I don't know, but I think that's just I think people are just starting to figure out like what to do to deal with Jokic, and that's not really like no, that's not his fault or anything like that. It's just I think for what they did with the team, it doesn't help him much. As well as teams have been getting worse over the years. Because you could say the same with like certain things with Brunson. Like Brunson has deficiencies that kind of just are really glaring for how his team fits. You could say that about KD. Yeah, I brought up KD. Also, the Rockets are just really ass. So, but
Hey, coming back. Yeah,
coming back to what do you mean?
we coming back. That's
Come
what I
back.
mean.
You,
We
what
coming
comeback
back.
you talking about?
You'll see. When we here for Game 7 next,
There won't
I'm
be
a Game
another
7.
game played in Houston. There's
I
not going to
think
be
that
another game played
I
in
really
Houston.
think they just I
Stay on
think
that
they
side.
just
Stay on that side.
I think they just wanted to win in LA, dude. I'm not gonna lie. I think they just wanted to
No,
win in
Braun
LA.
You've seen what happens when we make.
ass
You've
today.
seen what happens. Yeah.
Braun was
Where's the
really
energy
bad.
for Braun? Well, you have 10 points, 200 turnovers. Where the energy for Braun?
He's 41. You know that
Oh, but
excuse come out.
KD
You know that
50
excuse
off a
come out.
torn
Yep.
Achilles.
Oh,
Yeah.
not
Braun tried
KD.
to sell last game too, but it's cool. Shout out to Marcus Smart saving his legacy. But
Oh,
It is funny how
Crazy.
LeBron
really should be
is not-
2-2 right now.
I'm not gonna lie.
Right now.
LeBron is not going to get any smoke, like zero. And I'm part of the no smoke team
because he shouldn't be.
I
Because
I
he
do
shouldn't be
think
here.
it's just funny. Like it is funny. Like because he did have like 10 turnovers or whatever.
I'm thinking of. Oh yeah, that's really nasty.
And he couldn't score in the half court. He hasn't been able to do that like all series. But
I don't know
Yeah.
how many layups he keeps missing. It's ridiculous.
yeah, it's getting crazy.
Hey man, he's 41.
Yeah, exactly.
He's 41.
I mean, it's great bail. I'm not gonna lie.
It's crazy bail. It's crazy bail, and because I'm gonna do the same thing when or hopefully if Warriors stack it up next year, I'm gonna do the same thing. But
Nice.
I did want to talk about some series that's like kind of picking up. I didn't think that the Cleveland series was gonna be like this. I'm not gonna lie. Did you?
Yeah.
Like it was gonna be like this gritty?
Well, I didn't expect it to be like no one could score as badly as it has been. But I definitely didn't think it was Cleveland's gonna mop them like some people did. Because I watched
I was thinking like in 5.
I mean, shit, it might be
5.
6, so like you're not gonna be that far. But,
I was thinking like 5, and certain people in the playoffs are showing me things that I did not think that they had. VJ, Colin Murray Boyles, my goodness, he's nice.
Yeah, that guy's pretty good, man.
He's nice. I didn't think he was.
I laughed when they drafted a 6'6" center or whatever the fuck he is, but his ability to switch out, contain the ball while still being like a real presence in the paint as well as a rebounder.
Yeah.
And defender there too as well. Like yeah, he's it's really him and Scotty are and Shed. Them three defensively, they working with time. And Scotty Barnes has been the best player in that series. Arguably, at least. He's arguably.
Yeah.
Because who would be considered better, Harden or Mitch?
I mean, D-Mitch had like a great first 2 games, but these last 2 have been
kind of
stinkers.
I mean, I'm gonna just stay quiet. Scotty Barnes been the best player.
No. Go ahead. This is a show for you to talk. Say what you need to say about Donovan Mitchell.
I don't have that much to say, but I just don't hold him to a very high standard because I guess that's me slandering. I'm not that high on him, so it doesn't make much of a difference to me. I was just gonna say I think James Harden has been the Cavs' best player in this series, and I still think that's a low bar because he keeps turning the ball over crazy
a lot,
and he's giving them run out after run out after run out. But the first 2 games, both him and Mitchell and Mobley all played great. The last 2 games, they've all stunk it up. James Harden's been the least stinky, so by logical deduction, I would say he's been the best. But I think that's A, problematic, and B, emblematic of how bad that big 3 has been playing in the last 2 games. Because James Harden hasn't been playing well. It's just he's been playing less bad than those 2. Like I said before Game 4, Evan Mobley's defense has been egregious in this series. Like it just hasn't. It's been bad. Now no one could score in this game, but that's not because of Evan Mobley. That's just because
they just missing.
Yeah, like
They're just missing. And I won't lie,
Here's
some are
one.
missing more than others. Whenever Mr. Ingram wants to join the series, that would be very nice.
Oh, damn.
I was just starting to say publicly how I now believed in Evan Mobley as a playoff player. I was just saying this. And
This is
now
why I
look,
said you can't
It's
be
some
reactionary to a few games. You just
it's
got
it's some
let
trick
things
games.
play out before you have these holistic takes, man.
You
'Cause
you saw
sometimes I be
you
falling
saw what
victim to that
happened.
shit too.
You saw what happened with Lowe because he was like, I'm not gonna lie. Because he reposted it again. D Fox is not needed next game. Dylan Harper had
He been
3
trying to
points.
victory lap on De'Aaron all year, to be fair. I don't know what that's
Which
about.
I get, but I'm not going. It's kind them. It makes sense why them three are together right now. If Dylan Harper was probably a little bit more further along, then maybe you could try to take a chance on it. But like you can tell with Dylan Harper, he's just very raw still, even though he's really good intangibles in what he does in his game. But for like the consistency aspect, he's just not there yet. But once he gets there where he's like consistently able to do what he's supposed to do, then yeah, you could think about trying to switch out and like make him a reliable option. But for right now, I think De'Aaron Fox is like that stabilizer when it comes to like his lows are not going to be as bad as like a Dylan Harper low, you know. So
I mean, but they are those because he's not a
Dylan Harper lows is
aggressive
like
player.
Dylan Harper lows is like 3 points. And I know it's not just points, but I'm saying like offensively, like lows. De'Aaron Fox is probably going to have like 9, 10 points, and then he'll contribute in some sort of aspect. And
Minutes
like other ways
difference.
with that too.
That's kind of the minutes difference. Oh, by the way, I also thought he had like today at least. Fox to me had a really good defensive game today as well. They
Mhm.
were using him a lot more than he was guarding Denny a lot today.
Yeah, because Castle was in foul trouble.
Mhm.
Oh, okay, yeah. They kind of make, but I feel like he had some very good reps on Denny today, and like I know Denny ended up having like a lot of points pretty efficiently today, but like I remember two like Denny was in a like a dribble handoff sequence with a big and hits like these two bomb threes from like 28 feet away when De'Aaron was guarding him. And I'm like, that's kind of you're conceding that shot. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Mhm.
this is actually getting me to the point. You saying that about the big, I'm kind of getting there kind of in general. If
Mhm.
you're
Oh,
if
just
you're
threes in general.
well, like if specifically if you're a player that a lot of the damage that you do to defenses are predicated on your interior play.
Mhm.
Like right now, even if Jokic was shooting 40% from three, to me, that's still a Timberwolves win. The fact that he's shooting like 10 of them. Jokic shooting 10 threes is way more beneficial to a defense than Jokic being in the paint, scoring there relentlessly and consistently, while also now collapsing your defense and getting everybody else involved. Like Jokic hitting 2 more threes a game right now, to me, would it signal that he's playing too much better? The fact that the win is that he's shooting 10 threes. That's the win.
I think also too because I don't know if that thing kind of transfers into like the NBA, but like at least in college, it was a kind of thing of how you miss definitely could dictate what you do. So where like you probably have like 3 misses from your threes out of your 10 that turned into like transition buckets because of how you missed. Like that kind of thing also is something that I think about with Jokic. Like it'll be hard misses, and then they just go run out and score sometimes. And I'm like, I don't think you should keep banking on Jokic threes a lot. I think we should chill out on those. I think at certain times, yeah, I
What
don't
I'm
know.
saying is, okay, this is what I'm saying. If I'm a Denver fan
Hmm.
and I'm choosing which one that he's great at and bad at, I'm choosing him being a dominant 2-point scorer
Yes,
over him shooting 40% from three.
yes.
He's going to be a much bigger threat to a defense when his 2-point scoring is there far more than, oh, he's hitting pick and pop threes. Ooh, that we're
Yeah.
conceding. Like,
Yeah.
okay, you hit him. But Jokic is Jokic because he shoots 70% on twos. That's what makes him Jokic.
But when you got Rudy in front of you, I don't know. I don't think
I
that's possible.
agree, man.
When
I
you got
mean,
Rudy in front of
yeah,
you,
you meant to lock in, make them floaters, man, instead of passing it to Christian Brown under the rim. But yeah, the more and more I watch basketball, and like just my philosophy start to change, I'm just becoming more and more of an old head. That's all I'm really realizing. Like a lot of
low
the stuff
key.
the old heads were saying years ago, and I was
He's like,
like,
wait,
nah. I'm like,
nah, you bug.
I still don't agree with the explanation you gave me. Like, I still don't agree with why the reasoning they gave me. Like, you know, when you do a test and you get the answer right, but you don't get full marks because the working out, you didn't show your working out, or it was incorrect.
Yeah, or you just didn't
That's
show
how
the
I
right
feel
work.
about that's
Yeah.
how, that's how I feel about them. It's like your working out was wrong, but you got the answer right.
You got
So
the
like,
answer right.
that's kind of where I'm at. It's like, yeah, I like the way you got to the answer, but you got there in the end. This 3-point shooting thing for most bigs, like at this point, I'm ready to just start calling it a gimmick. Like, no one cares. Like, unless you're Porzingis or like Cat or like Wemby to a certain extent, but even him, like teams are gonna start conceding the three. But I'm cool, man. Like, we don't these 4 threes a game that you might
Wide
make
open in the corner.
Like, I guess, like, shout out to you, man. But we good off them, like completely good. Larry Martin, yeah, he's not big. He's a big wing.
He's a wing, yeah, big wing.
I'm not putting Kevin Durant a big.
JJJ's the same. He's a big wing to me.
He just sucks. But yeah, I'm good off this 3-point shooting stuff from bigs, man.
I mean, it's the quote unquote space the floor, you know. That's what it's all about.
But even like
space the floor.
Denny's calling card is getting into the teeth of your defense, getting people in foul trouble, collapsing defenses, creating some kick out opportunities, maybe finding a lob for clean. Like even when he did the dribble handoff and he splashed it from like 29 feet, I was like, I really don't give.
That's not even him.
I really don't care.
Yeah, like, I would say Denny needs to become better at his strengths before this 3-point shot.
The 3-point stuff needs to start going.
Like, once he can start driving left.
Oh my goodness.
There we go. Like, that would help him more than adding this 3-point shot at 38%. If he could make legitimate interior reads consistently, that would help him more than him having a pull-up 3 in his game. If he could be viable outside of like 5 feet, like if he had a floater he could get to, that would make him better than if he could shoot threes at 38%. Like, hone your strengths before you start addressing like these quote unquote weaknesses. Like, Donovan Clingan on the 3-point line makes me want to shoot myself every time he's there. Like, I don't know
exactly.
Was he considered a shooter before he was he considered a shooter?
No, he never shot the ball in college. He never shot the ball.
Wasn't he like shooting in like summer league and stuff? And then when he got in the league,
yeah. So what happened?
That's definitely that's the NBA influence. Okay.
He didn't shoot at UConn. Like, if he did, he shot like maybe like 2 threes a season.
Yeah.
Like, he didn't shoot the ball at UConn. He then did the draft combine and they did the shooting drills and whatnot, and he was making them. Like, it was like, oh, shooting upside. That's what they say about non-shooting bigs, shooting upside. And then he came in summer league, was launching threes. I can't remember how many he shot, but he was launching threes. And then his rookie year, he didn't really shoot them until like the ends of the year. He started shooting them towards the end of the year. And then now this year, he's shooting 3 threes a game and just under 6 twos, which means about a third of his shots are coming from 3. That's ridiculous. Why are a third of Donovan Clingan shots coming from 3? And in the playoffs, I'm pretty sure it's even worse. It hasn't updated for the last game that just played, but he was shooting 8 shots a game and 4 of them were 3s. So half of his shots were 3s prior to tonight's game. And tonight's game, he sucked again. Shot 10 shots and 6 of them were 3s.
And that creates so many variants to like people's play. So where you can't really like, it's hard to dictate or like tell like whether this person is like good or not because of how they want you to play. Because in certain times I'm like, I look at certain teams that want to try to do like the 3-point thing, and I'm like, because they have to kind of with how they're being guarded. But I'm just like, that's just not how you play.
Luke Cornett, the only big, I think, who came in as a shooting big and then became a non-shooting big as his career went on. Like he
That usually never happens. Usually, like it.
he devolved. It don't make no sense. He came in as a
Yeah.
he came in a shooter and then said, "Yeah, fuck it, I'm gonna stop shooting." Like shout out to Luke Cornett. He sucked
Yeah,
today, but shout out
yeah.
to Luke.
Most people go through like the like, or I like to call it like the Brook Lopez like lineage, like upbringing of how they are as a big. Like Brook Lopez was an inside center, and then he just slowly started working his way outwards. That's what a lot of centers start doing. But when they do it a little too fast, it gets really bad. Like who's a center that I think of that you actually don't know what you're gonna get from them like most nights, or at least now he's getting a little bit more consistent. Wendell Carter Jr. actually, he's like a perfect example because in certain times he'll shoot that ball, other times he looks like Giannis, just driving, taking everything up, and you're just like, when were you able to do this? Why don't you do this every game? You know?
Shout out to Wendell, man. Shout out to Jalen Duren too.
Yeah, my
Stink.
expectations of Wendell
Yeah.
Carter as a player are rising. Like, hey, you need to be better than this little. What he averaged in the regular season? He's better than 12 and 8 or whatever.
He is better than 12 and 8 to me. Yes,
he's better
he is.
than that. He
To me,
definitely
I think
is
he
better
is.
than that. He's better than that.
I've seen him a few
easily
times, and
better
I'm
than
just like, who is this? This is not Wendell Carter. I've never seen you a day in my life.
Yeah, I'm not that high on Wendell. I think
I'm not.
Wendell
I'm not
might-
either. He's not like a 15 and like 12 but like he definitely he should be a lot more consistent when it comes to production. That's just my thing. I think he could be a little bit better than what he's shown. That's just
Jalen Duren can be a lot better than what he's shown.
I think. I don't know.
Jalen Duren
Jared-
averaging
Jared was ready
Jalen
to
Duren
blitz
averaging 9 and 8 right now.
Yeah.
Almost a double. What you mean?
Facts.
What you mean? Like,
Yeah. And
Nah,
I
that
was praising Jalen Duren. I said he a top 5 center in the league. Jalen Duren. You
Pistons
doing me
just
wrong
gotta.
right now.
They just need
Wrong right now.
someone else to score the ball, like another person that can score, that can help with Cade. This is just ugly.
But like,
I don't know who that is on that roster.
yeah.
No. I'm not talking about on the roster. They need to get someone.
Oh.
Yes, they need to get someone.
Shit.
It's that bad.
Thomas a free agent.
I don't want to talk
All
about
right,
him right
Nassim.
now. I don't want.
It's been
I don't.
I got Nassim back up there. My fault.
I don't want to. I don't want to talk
Good,
about him right
man.
now. I appreciate y'all. Y'all have a great night.
Yes, sir,
Merry
man. You
Christmas.
enjoy your dinner and your pasta, man.
Thanks, man.
Dinner must be nice. 6:45 a.m.
We got. Wait a minute.
Yeah, I thought I was KB. I was gonna say.
I'm KB brother.
There you go.
For real?
No, I'm trolling. Wait,
Shit. I would have believed it.
wait, can y'all see
I
me?
would have believed it.
Yeah.
How else you
Yeah,
think we
but-
was gonna say you look like KB?
No,
Yeah.
I can't see y'all. That's the thing. Hold up.
You know what we look
Wait,
like.
you can't see us?
Yeah.
Okay, try to leave and come back or something then.
What you need to see us for?
Or yeah, do you want to see us? Or you can just get off whatever you're trying to say. You know what I'm saying?
Roto wearing a hat and I'm in a do-rag.
You can come back to me?
Yeah.
No promises. No promises.
I guess we have to
Shout out to
bring the
KB brother.
original.
Shout out to KB.
Yeah, we got to bring the original up now.
Damn, no bonnet. Damn, he had to take the bonnet off just to.
Yeah, he had to
Yeah.
to say, I'm not. Wait, can you hear us?
Oh man.
Welcome back to KB. DJJ. Yo.
Oh shit! My bad.
Hello.
Hello, how
Yo.
you doing, man?
I'm doing well. I just wanted to hop on to get off some Jokic slander.
Nice.
Go
Okay.
for it.
The floor is
I-
yours.
Listen, when Mars made that first like video on PC calling out Jokic, I had to go back in like basketball reference and look through his playoffs declining since its championship year, and it's been bad. It's been bad. Like, it's been crazy. That is astonishing to me. The best elimination series he's had since the championship year was, from a 3-point shooting perspective, was 32%. It was and then, like, I don't know. This is probably boring you guys because you've already went through all of that, especially with,
I'm
like,
listening.
Penn.
No, I'm listening. I'm definitely listening.
Because, like, I can't believe he compared that man to Draymond defensively. That was and it's just, I've been astonished recently. I've been holding him on, like, a very high pedestal, and I've come off it quickly because it was.
Let me ask you this: so were you someone that, and I don't blame you. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't blame you. There are a lot of people out here pushing the propaganda. Were you one believing that he was like the greatest offensive player of all time?
I thought it was a debate. I thought he was in debate for it. I never thought he was, like, the best. I respect LeBron. I respect all those guys, but I thought it was at least, like, a debate. Now I'm at, like, he's, like, fringe, like, maybe 8th, 9th. Like, I
Can you give me
respect.
can you give me at least like 5 you definitely have over him?
I think LeBron is better. Let me think real quick. I think LeBron is definitely better. I think Jordan is better. I think I think Shai's better. I think
Oh, we're really here.
yeah. I'm on the Shai train now because what that man's been doing.
Shai's a top 5 offensive player ever.
Better than Jokic, I'll say that much. I don't
Okay.
think top 5 no, but better than Jokic. I think it translates better into the playoffs, and I respect that.
Shaq?
I do think
What
Shaq
about
is
Shaq?
better.
Okay.
I do think Shaq is better. I think Kobe is better. And Steph.
I'm not
You
mad
agree
at
with
it.
all those names? You agree with all those names?
Yeah, the reason why I don't even like argue the Kobe thing is because I just don't feel like arguing. So I just be like leaving stuff alone. I 1000% think Kobe Bryant is a better offensive player than Nikola Jokic. And part of the reasoning is the fact that he's a ball handler. And I've had this conversation multiple times. I think people that can handle the ball and always have access to the ball means that they have more room to be more inefficient than a big because of the sheer volume of attempts and touches that we can get them. Right, Jokic does lead the league in touches every what you call year, but there are definitely times in which you get into a playoff series because they can't, complete an entry pass and whatnot, or he's getting fronted with the rotation already behind it and stuff like that. It's harder for him to have access to the ball, whereas a ball handler like a Kobe, a LeBron, MJ, when he needed to, which people do sleep on that part of MJ's game, like his ball handling, because Scottie Pippen's on the team, and so they act like Scottie does it all the time. So yeah, those kind of players, and then I also get into the fact that the 3-level scoring, the ability to post up on the block, mid post, play off ball, play in transition, all of that kind of stuff. Yeah, Kobe's better than him. But shout out to Jokic though. Great player.
He cool.
He cool. Yeah,
He cool.
he cool.
He
Was
said
there
last-
anything else you would like to get off, my guy?
Just the last thing. I also want to add in. He doesn't really have much competition, or he didn't at least beforehand, at the center position with like defensively wise anyway, at least in playoffs. But now that he has to, with Rudy this year's been nasty with him, but it's been when he starts. I want to see him against Wemby because that would be really that would be a real interesting series to see how that
You'll see it
turns
next
out.
round. Don't worry. You'll see it next round.
I'm really hoping we
100%.
don't because Jokic is going to have a major opportunity to fix his PR way too
Yeah,
quickly.
all them victory laps you was doing. I'll be back here in 2 weeks saying he's the best offensive player ever. Don't worry. I'll be back here. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, that's all I want to get
Well,
off.
All right, man. We appreciate you, DJJ. Make sure that you continue to tap in with us every Wednesday. And what other day are we claiming we do? Hey, just stay tapped in to when we go live. So turn the notification bell on my channel and Mars's channel. I'm gonna add Mars's channel at the end. I just didn't know how to do it before on StreamYard. I have to do it on YouTube. So Mars's channel will be tagged. Make sure that y'all, hit that tag and subscribe over there to Mars's channel where we do the show on Wednesdays. But appreciate you, DJJ. We're going to move on to the next person.
Gotcha.
Sir. All right. Let's see if you're.
Yo,
Yo.
you hearing me?
Yeah.
All right, man. How y'all doing first? How y'all doing?
I'm doing well, man. How you doing?
As a Jokic fan here.
Oh wow.
Well, not like to the Serbian degree, but calm Jokic fan. It's looking rough, man. It is. It's looking like we're fucked. To be honest, like the PR is cooked. I'm seeing he's not top 10 anymore. I'm seeing like, oh God, like I never thought he was GOAT, offensive player or whatever that bullshit was. But my God, like I'm seeing Tracy McGrady, I'm seeing some crazy stuff. Like holy fuck, I don't know
Tracy
how we come
McGrady
back.
was good. I don't know.
I don't care. Jesus, it's
yeah. I'm not going to hear my real opinion about that. Yeah,
it's bad, bro. Dude, he's not winning the series. Like he's not. Bro, Mars, did you watch the game? You watched the game, right? Please tell me.
Every game of the series, yeah.
Bro, he's faded out. Like it's cooked. He's not. They're not winning another game. They're not winning another game. I'm telling you right now, there's not winning another game.
Minnesota doesn't have Anthony
The
Edwards.
next game is
Dante
tomorrow, right?
DiVincenzo.
The next game's
Yeah, it's tomorrow.
Yeah, they're gonna win tomorrow.
Denver.
It
Y'all know y'all finna get every call. They finna have Rudy Gobert in foul trouble in the first 3 minutes.
No, they're not winning, bro. I promise you, they're just it. This is not the Jokic. Like even when he faced OKC, like this is not the Jokic I know. I don't know who this is. I'm gonna be honest. This is not. I do think he's getting worse though. I will say that. Like I do agree with Marth on that point. As a scorer, I think he's the 3 ball. I don't know what happened. It's bad. He can't shoot no more. He legit just can't shoot. He just can't shoot. I don't know what happened. He can't shoot threes. They're open. That's the problem. They're not even like contested. They're open threes. He can't shoot threes. His twos, his mid range it's been cooked for a couple years now. I think he's just declining, man. It's gonna be bad. It's rough. It's rough.
That is one thing that always blew my mind when Jokic FC tried to push that he's a better mid-range scorer than Joel Embiid because of mid-range.
It was never close.
Artificially inflated by floaters. That used to always piss me off.
And it's playmaking. I don't know. It's just I do think from a playmaking wise, these past 2 years, I do think some of it has to do with the players he's playing with. I do think it's him too, but I do think it's Dude, I think Christian Brown might be the worst, like, two guard. Like, he's up there with the worst two guards in the league. Like, it's bad. He can't shoot. He can't defend. Like, KCP was hiding so much, like, flaws. Like, I do think Jokic is probably, top 3, top 4 worst defenders in the league, whatever, blah, blah. He's like Brunson level, I guess. It doesn't matter to me. I don't really care. But KCP was hiding, like, so much. It's insane. I didn't think it was this bad. Like, I knew he couldn't jump, but like last year, he was at the level, he was active with his hands. This year, it feels like Jesus. It's like I think like him and Jalen Brunson defensively in the playoffs this year. It's like, is there a gap? Is there a gap?
I think
Jesus,
if you talking about positional value, Jokic might be worse.
Dude, that's what I'm saying.
We're gonna act like Jokic ain't getting 15 rebounds a game, I guess.
That chill bullshit, man.
Yeah,
that
we don't care
defensive
about the
rebounding
goddamn
bullshit.
rebounding shit, bro.
He
Don't start with
averaging
rebound.
14.
The thing is,
He
it would
averaging
be
14
no.
and a half
The
boards.
thing it would
Don't
be
start with that
useful.
rebounding
It would
shit,
be
bro.
useful if he was getting offensive rebounds. That's the thing.
Oh, well, he
Yeah.
can't because he's shooting threes. We can't get
That-
rebounds for shooting threes.
That is true. I do think if they lose this series, that they're blowing this shit up, though. I do think that they lose this series.
What does blowing it
Who are
up
you
mean?
trading?
Yeah, what does blowing it up
I
mean?
mean, Jokic has a choice. He can either sign an extension or not. If he doesn't, he's basically getting traded this summer. But I'm saying that's how it works. Like,
Jokic is leaving Denver.
no, I'm
I
saying
mean, if they
he
don't
doesn't-
extend him because he's
Yeah,
expiring
'cause
next
he's
year, so if
expiring.
he doesn't take the extension,
Yeah.
he's saying they might have
and
to.
there's already rumors about how he's not in line with the front office. Just saying. But I do think he stayed. I don't think. But Aaron Gordon and Jamal Murray, somebody has to go. Yo, real talk. I'm with you. I promise. I'm there. Bro,
Mars.
I'm there. Real talk.
If y'all
Real
want to
talk.
see the
Real talk.
biggest,
Real
wait,
talk.
wait,
I'm there.
wait, talk about.
I'm there. I'm
If
telling
y'all
you.
Switch up will be
ever want to
insane.
witness
Real talk.
the
5 rings. It's
biggest
5
switch
rings.
up in switch up history, if
Real
it
talk.
comes out that
What is the
15
OKC?
joins
What is the
the
OKC?
Lakers,
Shai.
oh my
Shai?
word.
Who's
I
Shai?
will be the biggest. I will be Swiper. I would be worse.
No, but I do think
Then
it's Jamal Murray or
Swiper.
Aaron Gordon. But if
You
he doesn't-
niggas would
yeah.
not like me. I'm telling you right now. Y'all
I
wouldn't
mean,
like me. It would be
he
crazy.
wouldn't go nowhere besides the Lakers if he would get traded.
Yeah, it would be insane.
It's the Luka. Bro,
He just
boys with
he just
Luka.
knows.
You
He
No,
just
no,
knows
see,
Jokic,
he
man.
want to
He
play
just
with his
knows
best
Jokic.
friend, Mars.
He's gonna want to play with
He
Luka.
just know Jokic now.
Or the
Yeah.
Raptors because his coach is a Serbian. The Raptors coach.
And
But
Nikola
yeah.
Topic
He
is
wanna
on
play with
the
his best
Thunder. He's
friend,
Serbian.
Dude, if he goes to the Lakers, what is OKC? We don't know what OKC is. What is OKC?
Facts. What is the OKC?
What is OKC?
Hey, how they gonna stop Luka and Jokic?
What is a Jamal Murray pick and roll? What is that?
Luka
What-
playing without a lob threat, I'm so sure.
Well, we don't care. Who cares about the lob threat?
I do
Sure,
Thero
sure.
cutting baseline.
Bro, just go get Daniel
Going
Gafford or
out.
something. Who cares?
Luka with the
But
worst
like,
rim protection in the league behind him, I'm so sure. Okay.
Yeah. But I was gonna ask,
But we're gonna trade Reeves for
Yeah.
well, package up Reeves and Rui.
dude,
We're
you
gonna
get a
get
third.
Mobley from Cleveland.
You could just force him
Right.
away there.
I'm
Go
not gonna
get
lie,
Evan.
Roto, it is too early in the morning for me to be listening to this. You better.
Go get
But
Evan
last thing,
next
before I
to
leave.
Jokic.
Hey man.
Sign Lou Dort in the offseason.
Oh God.
Come on now.
Jesus, I don't like that one. But last thing before I leave, Jason Tatum's back, man. He's back. He
Facts,
is
stay on that side, Roto.
This is the one thing I'll
Stay on
say
that side.
because I am a
I've been
Jason
here.
Tatum. I'm a live and die by Jason Tatum. Pause. Jason Tatum is the easiest superstar to build around in this NBA. It's not even close. It's legit not close. You can't name me one superstar right now that you could build a championship team around. Well, Jesus Christ,
Well,
he's
actually,
not real. Forget about
I would
him. We don't
argue
care.
it's easy to build around Wemby, Shai, and Tatum. Those are probably the
No.
three easiest.
Shea is
Yeah, you're right.
Tatum's a better off-ball player than Shea. So like,
Better
if you have
passer,
another
better rebounder.
Jason
better
Tatum's more
defender.
versatile. Like he has a more well-rounded game than everyone.
Dude,
So I
Jason
agree,
Tatum-
it's very easy
yeah.
to build around him. But I mean, Wemby's on a rookie contract. That makes it.
Oh, we don't count
exponentially
Wemby.
easier.
Wemby's like an anomaly. It's whatever. He's like LeBron James. Who cares?
But Tatum's up there for sure. Yeah, Tatum is the
Yeah.
best player in the Celtics. Sky blue, grass green.
Yeah,
like-
the Jaylen Brown shit was ridiculous. He doesn't have handles still. If you watch that 76ers game, like I was watching it, his handle is still
I
like
watched the
iffy.
first quarter.
Oh, yeah. I
Tatum
watched
Pritchard
the whole
made that
game.
nonsense. I
Yeah.
left town.
Yeah, he doesn't have a handle still. I don't get it, but he still doesn't have a handle. But yeah,
You want to bring
South-
that Peyton Pritchard, Cooper Flag.
he's better than Cooper Flag. I don't know why you thought
I
that was
do
crazy.
wanna-
Yeah, I don't know what that
interested
was
to
about.
see-
Yeah,
I
he's
don't
a
know
better
what
shooter.
that
He's a better passer. He's a better dribbler. He's a better finisher.
He's a
like,
better offensive player than
He's a
Cooper
better
Flag,
by far.
every
Like,
regard.
I don't know what
He's
you. Real talk. That's not crazy. I don't get it.
But that still means okay, he's better on offense.
Yeah. Okay.
Cooper Flag's not been that good on defense for you. Too.
Yeah,
but
I
it's
don't.
fine.
Yeah.
I just feel like rookies get given the luxury of
Yeah.
their flaws don't
If-
matter because they're young. They'll work on them. So we'll just look at Cooper Flag's highs and say that player is who he is. When reality,
Real
is
talk.
not.
If Peyton Pritchard was on the Mavericks, he would be doing the same shit. Like he would be
He
doing
would be on
the-
higher volume.
Yeah, higher volume. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, having the ball more. Like
No,
He'll be
I
doing the
think
same
Peyton Pritchard is good. That's not the point.
no,
I
I
just
know
didn't
you
know
think-
Peyton Pritchard and Cooper Flag was even like
Yeah, that's what I.
I didn't know that.
Yo, Peyton
I
Pritchard's
mean, well,
better than
I think
starters.
we were the first
He's
people
so much.
on YouTube history to have a Cooper Flag.
Yeah,
Like,
but I
Peyton Pritchard,
didn't know
yo,
that. But there's
well,
there's
before I
people who
leave-
genuinely believe Cooper's better. Like, I didn't know
Yeah.
that. Like I know no one's
Peyton-
thought about it before. But I didn't know when
Yeah.
people thought about it, they would say Coop. I didn't know that would be a thing. Like, I thought it was
Peyton Pritchard or Jaylen Green? Like Peyton Pritchard, right? Pretty comfortably. I don't think it's close.
hell no, shut up.
Answer the question, Mars.
It's
Yeah,
not
no.
a question.
I'm
Peyton
not
Pritchard,
obligated. I'm not
Jaylen
obligated to
Green.
answer no question.
I think he does everything better than Jaylen Green besides finish. He does everything.
What's Payne Pritchard do against OKC defense? Let me see if he has a 26 point.
Search
Let's see
that.
if
I
has
think he had a
26 point
great game. Actually, search that up.
Let me see. If I go quiet, it's because I have nothing to say.
Oh gosh.
We don't move.
I don't feel good about this.
Nah, 6 for 17. Hell no, we don't move.
Wait, they
14
played him
points?
twice. What was the second game?
5 for 11, 14 points, doing nothing. Hell no, we don't care. 1 for 5 on twos. Yeah, we good off Payne Pritchard. Let's see what he did last year. Maybe this year was just a bad year. Let's
So
see what
much
he did
better
last
than Peyton. Yo, he's so much better than him. It's ridiculous. And Devin Booker, man.
Damn, 3 for 10,
Fall
2
off.
for 9, 3 for 5.
Hey, Devin Booker or Austin
yeah.
Reeves.
Show me Peyton Pritchard's 26-point game against OKC in the playoffs.
He'll be doing the same thing, though.
Is there anything else you would like to say?
Yeah.
We're not entertaining
Yeah.
Mars.
This is ridiculous. Yeah, man. Appreciate y'all.
Mhm.
Tapped in. And see y'all, bro. Have a good one.
Appreciate
Merry
you.
Christmas.
Yep.
His name is even KB. It's K
Oh,
Band.
me and KB are Somali, that's why.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
Yeah.
you just fuck with KB type shit.
Oh, fuck KB. Sorry, no, I'm trolling. But I'm trolling. But yeah. I'm see y'all, bro.
Oh, all right.
Christmas. Go down. Shout out to the Somali basketball community.
Absolutely.
Most of them, anyway.
Yeah, oh shit. What's good, bro? What's good, y'all?
Go. What's up? How you doing?
I'm all right. I don't know what that was about.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm fine. How you guys doing, man?
You are
Apparently,
unlike
you
him.
and K Bands got beef.
Who?
Halal beef, though. It's halal beef.
Yeah, facts. Now you're gonna act like he doesn't know
Good
every
beef.
Somali in the basketball space.
It's
Look
good
at-
beef.
Well,
It's
lie
not bad
down, bro.
beef. It's good beef.
It's like, but I don't know your ethnicity, but it's like me saying whatever your ethnicity is, you know all them in the space. You don't know all them in the space.
That's what people do. Anytime a British person comes up here, it's oh, Mars cousin.
You're-
That's what they do.
That's your nationality. You're ethnically. You're
That
not
is
Brit-
true.
Unless you're half.
And every husky nigga that wear glasses is me
Yeah,
or
exactly.
low.
That's what I
Like,
was saying.
come
Every
on.
Somali, yeah, that's
we know
KB
this.
cousin.
We know
What
this.
I'm talking
We
about.
know
Yeah.
this.
Nah, you know what fried me was like. I was chilling, like I was actually supposed to like just chill, and then I seen y'all was live, and I'm like, oh damn, I want to join. So I got up onto my desk with my setup. I still had my bonnet on, so I was like, all right, whatever, just put my headphones on. I see him join, and I'm like, I already know what's about to happen, bro. And then Real Talk flashes me, I break me back down. And I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna take this off, bro. I'm good, bro. I go live, but I'm not here for all that. I don't really care for all that. I'm here for the pre-blitz for tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, or wherever what time would it be for Mars? Like 3 o'clock? I don't know. 4 o'clock? Something like that.
Sometime in the afternoon.
Real Talk 10. You know what I'm saying? Central Time. Shout out Houston. Y'all won by like 50.
I'll be on there from 11:30 forward.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm on the second half of the show.
So like, how we coordinating this? Because y'all finna be both there at a point. So like, Will y'all blitz simultaneously? Will y'all be throwing lobs? Like, I would like to know, like, how y'all going
I mean,
about
it's
doing
just
this.
like depending on what the topic is, how the day is going, who else is up there. Um, I as long as there's nothing stupid being said on there, I'm not really gonna have too much to add because
Yeah,
again, you know,
it's
the
been a bit
play
of
is
time.
speaking.
That's why.
Yeah, the play is
That's
speaking.
if it was like if it happened
If it
today,
was like the next day,
yeah, it would be much
yeah,
different.
then it
But
would have
like
been
people
it
had
would have been
time to
bad
cool
for them. I'm not
down,
gonna lie.
and
Yeah, 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 yeah.
even today, I was recording a video before I even like just joined or whatever, and I finished recording. I'm like, I don't even feel as passionate about talking about this because I feel like I talked about it so damn much that like I can't even
Yeah,
fake
you know
being
what I'm
passionate
saying?
about it. But nah, bro. To talk about the series though in general, like me and you obviously wanted the Wolves to win. Objectively, I thought the Nuggets were going to win. I'm not gonna lie, but like I've never seen a series flip on its head this much in like a while. Like it's flipped, but like to a degree that I didn't expect. If that makes sense. Like how Nicola's playing, how the Wolves are playing, how the role player on the Wolves are playing so well. The role players and the star players on the Nuggets playing so poorly. The shooting from the Nuggets just disappearing. Like I knew, like I wasn't really a fan of some of the shooting talent that they had on the team, but I didn't think it'd be this bad. I ain't gonna lie. I'd be lying if I said I predicted that. I don't really believe in it, but the shooting was pretty bad. Defensively, I know what they are, but the offense is actually just surprising me. I'll be completely honest with you. I thought the Timberwolves could score on them, which they have been, but I also thought the Nuggets would still be able to find ways to manipulate and get quality shots consistently and knock them down against the Timberwolves, and they just haven't been able to do so. Did you know that both Jamal and Nikola Jokic are shooting both under 40% from the field and averaging 25 points? If they were
Yeah, I
to
seen
lose,
that on Twitter. Yeah, I seen
yeah,
that on
that
Twitter.
Denver told me if they were to lose the series, that'd be the first time in NBA history that two people would do that at the same time. I said that is
Yeah, yeah. The job, like everybody acknowledged Rudy Gobert, the job that he's doing. Jaden McDaniels is having himself a hell of a defensive series as well. Absolutely boxing Jamal Murray, and the fact that, and I said this earlier, the fact that Jaden McDaniels and Rudy Gobert can guard their 2-man game with two people has absolutely crumbled Denver's
their
offense.
offense, yeah.
It's crumbled it. They expect you to have to help on that 2-man game and either leave a 3-point shooter open or somebody working the baseline open or anything like. But since Rudy and Jaden are just clamping shit, it is what it is. There's no playmaking available because they don't have to send extra bodies because Rudy Gobert is clamping him 1-on-1 because he's shooting sub 40% from the field. He's shooting sub 20% from three. He has a 50 true shooting right now. It's actually disgusting right now what we're watching from Nikola Jokic. The more I actually sit and ponder about those percentages in my brain, I'm actually very offended that you niggas really tried to get off the shit that y'all got off about this nigga. But I'm gonna leave it alone because I don't want to get started. You know what I'm saying? Be
Hey
calm.
man, listen, everybody was wrong, you know. I drank the Kool-Aid. I ain't gonna act like as if I was always a Jokic anti nigga. I ain't gonna lie. I wasn't always that, but at the same time, I did feel like some conversations he was just like, I'm not saying Mars did this in particular, because I do feel like you're more open to having a conversation, but I feel like some other people were like just brushing him. Like it was like Steph, nah, we're good. Steve Nash, nah. Kobe, nah, we're good. Like they were just like, we're just moving along. And I'm just like, I don't know if I'm ready for all that. Like, I think he's in and around it for sure. He's still a fantastic player, but I just didn't really feel like putting him all the way up there immediately was like kind of premeditated. And it makes the steep drop off that we're seeing now even worse than what it actually is, even though on face value, it's still absolutely horrific. Like, we were talking about this earlier, like literally like 12 hours ago. This shit might be worse than 2011, depending what happens on game 5. If he has another howler and then the Timberwolves win, like
If the Timberwolves
winning,
walk into their building tomorrow night and Rudy Gobert does that yet again to him, and Jaden McDaniels does that to Jamal Murray yet again, and they win a game in Denver with no Ant and no Dante, he's going to be out my top 5. Yeah, that.
Well, top 5 in the league today.
Yeah. He's going to be worse.
Who would you be? Wemby, Shai, Luka, Giannis, and Tatum? That would be your 5.
He's worse than Tatum or Kawhi. Pick your poison. Pick your poison. I'm sorry.
Okay.
That will be terrible for him.
I don't know if I'd be able to go that far, but I think he'd probably be pushed to like the back end of maybe my top 5. I don't know, or like the mid pack. I don't know if I'd push him all the way to 6.
Mars, he has to win. I'm not even saying they can't.
Mars, you can't tell me.
He has to win tomorrow.
Mars, be fair. For the context,
they have to win that basketball game.
The context of the series. I know you think they're going to win tomorrow, and that's 100% fair. For the context of the series, who the player is and who the pressure that's on him, and the team that he is facing and how depleted they are, you can't tell me if he were not to perform in that game 5 and they do lose, it is not arguably worse than what LeBron did against the Mavs.
Oh no, I think he's playing worse than Bron. That I don't care about that. That's fine. But Bron played how he did in 2011. He was still the best player in the world. So I mean, I'm not about to just start moving the guy out the top 5.
But he's not Bron. That's the look.
That's why I said out the top 5, not best player in the world. Still, top 5, different ball. Like these people don't move down my list as drastically based on 5 games. Like, has it been a terrible 5 games? Yes. Has it exploited some flaws that some people didn't know he had, or some people didn't know were as bad as they are? Yes. Mm-hmm. That doesn't mean he's now worse than people he's been like playing better than quite clearly for like multiple years. Like that's not what that means to me. But yeah, stinker series for sure. And if they, I don't care if they win or lose. If they win tomorrow, but score 95 points, I'm still pushing my same propaganda. Like, the guys' offenses keep dying in the playoffs, regardless of if they win or not. Like, if they don't win by scoring points, the offense is still dying. So,
yeah, you know what the offensive rating was when he was on the floor in Game 4?
I didn't check Game 4. No,
I think it was like 103.8. That's what Pivot Fate said. I don't know what the other.
It's better than Game 3 because Game 3 was 88. So, you know, improvement. Jokic is at negative 8.9 relative offensive rating on the court.
It's bad right now. I ain't gonna lie, man. It's horrible.
He's doing worse than his Sun series in 21.
Oh my God. See, Mars is too good of a person. It's going to be hilarious if the whole thing was, let's ignore the premise in which Mars is actually addressing, and let's just focus on the fact that he has never been negative. Only for 72 hours later, he gets eliminated.
And then offense was negative.
One of the worst negative series we've seen from a superstar player ever. It'll be hilarious if that's how that works out.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie.
You're understating it because I looked it up. It's not one of the worst relative offenses for a superstar ever. It's one of the worst relative offenses ever. Like, for any playoff team ever. Like, going back to the 1950s, Jokic on the court has one of the worst relative offenses ever in this series. I believe it's like bottom 40 or bottom 50. And that's in every postseason to ever exist. So we're going back to like Bill Russell and them, Wilt Chamberlain, Oscar Robertson, and not just their teams, the trash teams that made the playoffs and played against Bill Russell and them. That's how bad a negative 9 is for Jokic. For reference, that's in line with, and just tell me what you know about these teams in the playoffs. That is in line with the 2009 Detroit Pistons and what they did in the playoffs. Do you know what they did in the playoffs?
They were trash. They got locked by, didn't they get locked by Orlando?
The 2009 Pistons in the end. This is, I'm not blaming you for not remembering. They got, that was who Bron and them played in the first round. That's who Bron and them played in the first round.
Oh, that's who Bron and them played.
Yeah.
So when did they play Orlando? Because I do remember. Was that 08?
Was that 08? I think, and I think that was like their first. The last time I think they won a game or home game or whatever. And in that series, the Pistons. This is how many points they scored in those games: 84, 82, 68, 78. and they got blitzed in every game. They lost game 1 by 18. They lost game 2 by 12. They lost game 3 by 11. And they lost game 4 by 21. That's how many points they scored. That relative offense is negative 8.8. Jokic right now is at negative 8.9. So Jokic on the court in this series is doing worse than the 09 Pistons did against the Cavaliers in 2009. That's how we're
The 09
it's not bad
Pistons,
compared
that's
to
now,
S-tier offensive engines. It's bad relative to the NBA history.
that team didn't even have Chauncey anymore.
You know, one thing I always get.
The 09 Pistons was Rodney Stuckey, Rip Hamilton.
Was Tayshaun still over there?
Tayshaun was still there. So it was Rodney Stuckey, Rip Hamilton, Tayshaun Prince, Rasheed Wallace, and who was that other starter? McDice, maybe, with their 5 starters. That was their starting lineup, I think.
McDice.
I think that was their 5 starters.
That sounds correct.
Yeah. And that
so he's
series,
leading a worse, because even with Chauncey Billups, that offense was never like
no amount of help or teammate tax can explain Nikola Jokic on the court having a worse relative offense than the 09 Pistons had in the playoffs. No amount of context can explain that. It's just not possible. So shout out to it's worse than the 2019 Pistons too with Blake when Blake came back from the injury against the Bucks. It's worse than that offense. I'm trying to name teams
worse than when the Pistons played the Bucks in 19.
Yes, it's worse than that. Yes. So it's not bad just relative to. It's worse than the Kobe team when he tore his Achilles and they had to play in the playoffs without him.
Worse than that one?
That's how bad it is. It's on par with that. That's how bad it is.
Wait, they're both 8.9?
Okay.
It's 9.1 for the Lakers and 8.9 for Jokic. So it's right there. That's how bad it is. So we're not
one more bad game that might push him down even further.
we're not on just this doesn't match up with the S tier engines. This matches up with the F tier offenses in NBA history. That's what it matches up.
Listen, and the thing I didn't really appreciate when you brought this up originally, and when you got corrected, even when talking about the S tier stuff, they just by they I mean who I'm talking about. Certain individuals were just pivoting away from the stuff that they usually use in favor
had to miss the point.
They were just like, it's not always about that. But most people who talk about Jokic, including yourself, usually bring up these things to say they're better than other people. Like when they were bringing up Shai, they used to impact metric Shai to death until he actually had better impact metrics than him. And then when Wemby had a better swing factor, it was like, guys, but when you filter the low leverage minutes and make sure that you do it on this platform so you actually see what's actually happening, it's really Jokic. Then the eye test actually becomes a lot more important. And now when the eye test is not working, they're just looking at, he's still putting up 25 and 15. So they
become PRA merchants in their attempt to defend this.
And then what were they calling Luka FC in his MVP campaign?
Exactly. That's the thing. I don't think relative offensive rating on the floor in the playoffs is the be-all end-all to being a great offensive player.
Yeah, it's not.
But when that's been a crux of the argument, when relative offenses and on offense has been a crux of the argument for why Jokic is so great for so long, best believe I'm gonna ask where this is in the playoffs. Like, I'm just going to. All this on-off stuff is amazing in the playoffs. He's the MVP because he's got 16 on-off swing or plus 12 offensive on-off, all of that stuff. And then in the playoffs, it's like, what's this? Oh, he's leading all-time offense in the regular season. Oh, in the playoffs, where is it? Like, I'm not using it just to use it. It's like, no, this is something that has been used religiously for the last 5 years. I'm now using it in the postseason, and all of a sudden, that's a problem. I don't agree with that. But we can eye test this. We can talk about skill set, whichever way we want to go. We can.
That's the point that I actually wanted to talk about more. Is like the impact stuff is cool. We already know how impactful he is, anyways. But the skill set is what's frying me. Like the stuff that we praise Jokic for, like certain people were calling him elite mid-range shooters off of floaters, like not realizing that sometimes the mid-range shot, like the percentage, it gets accounted for when he shoots like push shots. Like when he's 12 feet away from the basket and he goes and he has that push shot that's like elite, that gets accounted for a mid-range jump shot. So like when people look at this percentage he's shooting from mid-range, it's like, no, he is shooting well, but he's not the jump shooter you think he actually is. It's just the stats being accounted for a bit differently than how normal mid-range shooters would tend to be looked at. So like
the fit pisses me off so much.
Like what the stat?
them using floaters to inflate his mid range of like jump shooting ability.
And then the face up stuff when you just watch it. Rudy Gobert, whenever he is like Jokic is standing in front of him like this with the ball, he's not like he's comfortable. He's okay with whatever he's doing over the top. And the 3-point shot, they're treating him like Sabonis. Like we don't care if you take threes, bro. Just shoot it. Go ahead. It's gonna be back rim, long rebound, and we know you're not getting back on defense. So if we get this ball, we're booming down on the other end and we're getting the layup. Like that's basically what they're saying. And they just been stifled the whole time. Left shoulder's been fried, or no, his right shoulder's been fried for most of the series. He's trying to get to that spot. Rudy Gobert has been just basically denying those shots as well. He can't get positioning, which is something that we're supposed to be praising him for, like the strength, sealing his man. I'm watching Julius Randle without Rudy Gobert in the third quarter of game 4, push him out the lane to then deny him of his spot. And I'm supposed to blame Jamal Murray because he can't throw the entry pass, even though he's being pushed out like pretty hard at the same time. Like the thing is, the skill set with him is just like he's obviously still a fantastic offensive player. He's still one of the best ever. It's just his skill sets and his flaws can get exposed much easier, and he doesn't have that many counters to counteract with what he does on that end of the floor, which is why I think it's more fair to have an honest convo about who he is. That doesn't mean he's not impactful. That doesn't mean he's not elite. That doesn't mean some of the things that he does is still not like generational, but just a consistent conversation. Because again, the way he was being spoken about previously, it was like he was being brushed past everybody, and it was like him and everybody else. And even if we just boil it to his own peers, he was going past everybody, and then it was him and then everybody else. And it remained like that for like a bit. So that's just what I thought, to be honest with you, with this whole Jokic thing. And last thing I'm gonna say before I think you guys are about to wrap up anyways, like 10 minutes left. Shout out to the Rockets, showing fight. Reece Shepard. No, you don't bob your head. I know you're from Houston. You want your Lakers to win, bro. You can't be happy about that win. You should have wrapped that up.
At least I can be happy that they showed
LeBron needs more rest
and some pride.
I mean, sure, but LeBron needs more rest. That's more important for you right now.
They at least didn't get swept in Houston.
Cool. LeBron was terrible.
Bro, you seen the jumper at the top of the backboard?
Next subject.
Nah, LeBron was
Next subject. Next subject.
And do you guys think Ayton should have been what's it called?
I didn't understand
Absolutely
that.
Not.
I didn't understand that. Yeah, I was very confused.
Absolutely not.
But
that Gucci man getting in his Scott Foster bag lately. I don't appreciate this. He needs to relax.
And also,
he needs to relax.
I don't want to go from like series to series, but the Cavs and Raptors. Shout out to the Raptors as well. They did excellent job defending home court. 2-2 now, real series. Because Game 5 is usually like a series decider percentage wise. But there was a play in particular where I think the Raptors won the ball where it should have been Cleveland's ball, but Cleveland ran out of challenges even though they won both of their challenges. Do you think there should just be a third, or should it be if you just win your challenges, you get a challenge. If you win it, you can just keep challenging until you lose a challenge.
That's how I think it should be.
I think it should be like that.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
I don't know, because they stole their challenge method from the NFL. That's how the NFL operates. You get 2 if you win your first one or whatever. But then after that, even if you get the second one right, that's it for your challenges. And I've never understood that. If I keep getting it right, keep giving me my challenge back.
Yeah, if you're making that many mistakes, that's a problem on you. Like,
yeah, exactly. I see people counter like, oh, that'd be too many stoppages in the league. Bro, don't make him. If he makes a mistake and I'm at detriment, like it's a detriment on me. Like I don't want that. So I'd rather challenge that. Like the fact that I don't want to blame that on that possession, but a possession could change that entire game because of how close it was. So the fact that they weren't able to challenge that is a bit rough. Also, Donovan Mitchell. Conversations one day, maybe, inshallah, hopefully, God willing. I would like to have those. I'd wait for the series obviously to be over, but I don't really like how he played in that game 4, especially given now how Harden's getting a lot of slack, even though I felt like he didn't play that bad in my opinion. especially in comparison to someone like Donovan Mitchell.
I mean, this is Harden's 44th game in his playoff career having
Is
more
that thing
turnovers
even
than
true?
Our
Jokic.
number's incorrect. It's incorrect.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going off what Nick Wright said. So
Yeah,
thank you.
yeah. Shout out to him because
I
people
don't-
gonna believe what he said. Shout out to him.
I don't know if that number's good. Even then, he still played better than D Mitch, and D Mitch is the number one option. It's not like it's Harden. Like, I don't.
But this is what Harden goes through. He's meant to be the second best player on the team,
and he
yet
somehow
the
gets
first
held to
best
best player standards. Like I don't know. Like it confuses me. D Mitch just shot 6. He was one missed shot. He was one missed shot for my birthday. Like he was 6 of 24. I just needed one more, and he could have shot me up basically.
Okay. Hey, we all have bad shooting nights, man. It happens to the best of us.
Game 3, didn't he shoot poorly as well?
But
He's
how
been
you
bad
shoot
in the
game 1
last
and
2
2?
games. Yeah, he was good in the first 2
It's
games.
called
So
variance,
was
right?
game
Right,
7.
Mars?
And also
Variance.
speaking of Evan
Sure,
Mobley as
yeah,
well,
sure.
both the two guys who were supposed to be like the cornerstones of the team, like I don't, arguably, like they've been really bad. Shout out to Scotty Barnes as well. Stat sheet doesn't look the best, but I thought his impact, like on that game, especially, was very, very good. And yeah,
Scotty
CMB
just going dead right, like he dead ass just goes around like, oh, this person's starting to cook. Okay, let me just go shut that down. And then if somebody else starts to cook,
yeah,
well, then let me just guard them and just cut that water off. And then
Yeah, he was-
also to me, ooh, this is gonna be nasty, but I'm not saying he's as good as, but like this is what Giannis would be if he was like 3 inches shorter, like some version of this player.
defensively,
he
or
is-
just as like a player in its entirety.
Just a player, because like he's a monster in transition with the basketball. That's number one. He's still very physically imposing. And I do think if Giannis was shorter, he'd be a better lateral athlete as well. But he's 7 feet tall.
I mean, but I
Scotty's
also
like
do think
6'9".
Giannis is more craftier and has better touch, and even like his intermediate game, is like in terms of around the basket.
Giannis'
stuff,
touch is nothing to.
you know what I'm saying? Like it's
I
still
think it'd
good.
be about the same. Giannis don't really got touch like that.
You don't think so? I think Giannis touch cool. It's cool. Like it's not really like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's a cool touch. Like it's not like out. It's not Jokic, but like it's cool. like I don't know how else to describe it. You feel me? But Scotty's a good player though. Genuinely, he's a very, very good player.
He's a really good player.
I don't think
Shaq-
I just don't think he's like a 1A on a championship team, but I think he can definitely be like for sure your second best player, like 100%. But I just don't think he's like a best player on a championship caliber team type of player. And that's not really a knock. Like you could still be one of the best defensive players in the league, one of the best like passers in the league as well. Very good at the rim. He's very like a fantastic athlete. He's a fantastic player. I can't lie to you. He's like top 20, 25 player for sure in this NBA. Absolutely.
He's starting to move up that ladder for me.
I mean, he's all NBA this season. You could argue. I don't really think that's.
I understand he's not the greatest of scorers. I definitely get that. But he's like so good at so many different things. Great rebounder for his position. Can really pass the ball. Great transition player. Can guard multiple positions well. Like not just, he can guard James Harden. He can like give James Harden real problems. Give Donovan Mitchell real problems with his length and athleticism. I don't know, man.
Also,
that's a really good player.
For the Cavs, bro, Sam Merrill, Dean Wade. Goodness gracious, bro. The amount of times I'm watching the Raptors just heavy shade on Harden top of the key. Harden's tween cross. He's looking to his left. He's just seeing shade. Just a defender just chilling there. Bounce pass. Sam Merrill, back rim, rebound. Next possession. Tween cross. Corner. Dean Wade, front rim, rebound. Next possession. He just can't make jumpers. Like, what more do you want Harden to do? He's drawing 2 defenders for you, giving you easy catch and shoot threes. And these aren't like crazy closeouts. You're getting like your average closeout. You should be able to see the rim. It should just be quite normal. And these are on the seam passes. They aren't bad passes neither. Just knock down your jumpers, man. And no one's asking you to be 50%, but give the defense something to think about so they can't just keep hard shading on Harden the entire time, bro. Like I hate when I'm watching that too. Same thing happens with Shai when they do that with like Lou Dort or like Casey Wallace, Isaiah Joe, and just hard shading Shai. And he just passes the ball, and they're just missing jump shots.
Yeah, and Shai still gets 40 with 3 missed shots.
Yeah, because Shai
Right.
really good. But I'm glad to say I never
Shai's-
fell for the Keon Ellis gimmick. I knew that guy wasn't going to be playable in the playoffs, man.
I hate Dennis Schroeder with like every fiber in my bone as a basketball player.
Hell, Dennis Schroeder hate.
Like, bro,
But yeah,
he's horrible.
shout out to Dean Wade. Maybe he should look at the rim. That would be nice. Shout out to the Cavs.
He has no like. There's some players in this league that have no. When they attack a closeout, there's no emphasis. As like, there's no passion. Like I don't know how else to explain it. Like you're supposed to attack a closeout with passion, bro. They don't do that. I don't. And he just doesn't do that, bro. Like some of these players on this team just don't do that. And you get all those opportunities to do it because D. Mitch, in his own respect, and James Harden especially, they draw a lot of defenders, bro. All you have to do is just eat off of that. Like the Pacers, for example, when they were all obviously healthy, they've done that like at a tremendous clip. Attacking closeouts because they could all shoot the ball, but they could all make a good decision on the ball. And that's what made them so lethal offensively. And this team is just they're kind of handicapped on that end because both Dean Wade and Sam Merrill offensively have been horrible. Absolutely horrible.
Yeah, there's a difference in shooters. Like theoretically, everybody's like, "Oh man, I wish Luke Kennard shot more threes." But it's like, to me, theoretically, I would rather have a Luke Kennard type shooter than like Dean Wade or Sam. Like Luke Kennard,
A non-shooter?
I'm confused where you're going. Are you talking about you rather have a shooter who shoots the less and makes more?
I'm saying somebody that can like do something else with the basketball.
Okay.
Like,
oh yeah, you don't want a one-dimensional shooter. Yeah.
Like Sam gets closed out on, and it's like, okay, Sam's done for this possession. Like it is what it is.
That was,
Luke Kennard. Oh, you close out too hard on him. He can put the ball on the ground. He can make another read. He can extend the advantage. He can make a floater. Like,
He played for the Mavericks in 2022 with DFS. I forget his name. Reggie Bullock. He was that player to a T. If you closed out on him well, as soon as he put the ball on the floor, it was going back to Luka. He wasn't making a play with it, bro. He refused to make a play. So I understand what you're saying. And Luke Kennard, though, I didn't know he had that in him. I was watching games when like Luka and Reeves went down, and it was just LeBron and like Luke Kennard. The guard skills, bro. Sometimes you forget like how good these NBA players truly are. Like he was operating the pick and roll, getting lobs, getting 2 feet in the paint constantly. The off-ball movement stuff. He was sprinting off of these screens like with passion, as I said earlier. Like he would just, it was good, bro. And he's a knockdown shooter. Loke said it earlier. Y'all low-key never had like a player like Luke Kennard before. Like just like a sniper from 3, like an actual like heater from 3. I ain't gonna lie. To like Luke Kennard's level.
But I was gonna say Vujacic was the first name that came to my mind.
Yeah, but he's not really Luke for real.
Let me know when Luke Kennard closed the final series at the free throw line. Let me know.
Hey, bro, let him get there. He might have that game, man. You know what I'm saying? Let him get there, man. You feel me? But nah,
you know, Sasha Vujacic is only what is that? 9 months older than Bron.
Really?
Yeah, he's only 9 months older than Bron.
Been out the league how many years now?
Pushing a decade.
That's a minute. Damn, he retired early. 31?
He was 32 his last year. He was in New York.
Round the GOAT, man. Round the GOAT.
Shout out
I'm so tired of even like having that discussion. It's just like,
bro, I don't like that. It's not a clear thing anymore. It's just like it's either. I think it's a preference. I truly think it's a preference.
No, absolutely. No.
Okay, so it has to be LeBron. I feel
facts.
No, facts. It's an obligation for
not the guy that has hit the heights of damn near everybody else in the league while he's out here now throwing lobs to his sperm. It's fine. It's whatever, man.
Okay,
but not everyone values longevity though. Like, so I understand what you're saying. Like, by your values, yeah, I think it probably should be LeBron going away. But not everyone values what you value, and that doesn't mean they're wrong for them valuing different things.
I don't even think that, like, if you told me LeBron James is the greatest of all time,
they're wrong.
If you told me
I'm
LeBron
sorry,
James,
because even at Michael's best and LeBron's best, even if you want to
you
say
can't just
Michael's
tell me
better,
it's just
it's like
LeBron. Like,
by a hair. He's barely better than LeBron.
Yeah, but what if people's
Barely.
ranking? But what if people's ranking is if you're better, you're better? What if it's that? So yeah, if they think MJ's better than LeBron, how are they then wrong for just saying MJ's better than LeBron?
Bro, how many more years is LeBron James?
See, it's
But
going
that's the
back to
point. But
longevity.
you're just going back to your values again. But if their list is, my ranking is, I'm going to put you in order of who is the best at basketball. I think MJ's better than LeBron. What is LeBron playing for 50 years going to change about that if MJ was better than him?
Because if MJ was better, then he would have been better older. But he wasn't.
Nah, facts.
Right? If MJ's skill set was what it was and it wasn't predicated off athleticism, then he would have been a better older player than LeBron. But he wasn't.
Nah,
Hasn't been.
Shout out to MJ though, man. You know, I think he's the GOAT. It's not even like he's clear. I don't think anyone's clear of anyone in those two, that conversation specifically. If you told me LeBron James, I'm like, yeah, I hear it. Like, it's LeBron. It's very hard to argue against, but I also feel the same about MJ. Like, his peak is ridiculous.
MJ nice, man. MJ nice.
He's
9 straight finals appearances.
Hey, man,
So
listen.
It was 8. It was a 9. We don't give you
whatever, nigga.
It was 8.
8 straight finals appearances. Came back down 3-1 against the greatest team of all time.
Huh?
I'm about to leave if this is what we doing. I'm not.
No, bro. I'm just saying, bro.
Listen, bro. The shout out to Brian.
Congrats for being able to beat, Gary Payton and Sean Kemp and John Stockton and Karl Malone.
This is what we're doing?
Shoot over Craig Elo and shit like that.
One of your rings was Goran Dragic. Are we just gonna do that?
Congratulations.
I do be forgetting about that 2020 series.
You played the Heat with like 1/3 of their team. Like, I don't.
Whose problem is that?
Oh, but whose problem? Okay.
I'm saying we can't control injury though. Like, injury's crazy.
He can't control who he plays. He
can't control who come out the West. What's that meant to do with him?
You know what's actually crazy? Goran Dragic would beat Gary Payton 1-on-1.
Okay.
Yeah. Say I'm lying. Exactly.
And maybe if Goran Dragic played in that series 100%, maybe they win that series. There you go.
Yeah. Bam, locking Sean Kemp up. Say I'm lying.
Sean Kemp is nice, man. Sean Kemp is nice.
Exactly.
That's what I was saying. Sean Kemp is nice.
Exactly.
Hey,
he was cool.
No, Sean Kemp is like that. I ain't gonna lie. I think
what MJ was doing before Pippen though. What he was doing?
Averaging 40.
Facts.
Losing. Okay. Type
averaging
shit.
40.
What was LeBron doing before Miami? 1 finals appearance.
Averaging 38, 8, and 8.
Losing, right? Losing. That's what you're gonna say. Losing.
He was
losing.
Yeah, but LeBron team was worse than the Jordan team.
Losing.
They were still both losing.
And the 09 Magic are worse than the 86 Celtics.
Facts.
That wasn't the only team he lost to in the first round. Bring up the Bucks.
Hell nah. That's rookie MJ. We don't care. Hell no. We don't care about rookie MJ.
Well,
where was Bron in the playoffs as a rookie?
Not there.
Playing in an actual.
Was he
wait,
even
you
the
talking about?
rookie of the year
Wait. You talking about? Wait, is that the year Michael Jordan made the playoffs winning like 38 games?
Absolutely.
36 games?
Made it is made it.
Absolutely.
I don't know about
absolutely.
record.
How many games did Bron win?
Maybe you be blessed, man. We'll talk to you later. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm finna get to cooking y'all about MJ, and I don't want to. That's not until the off season. We're not doing.
Bron only had to win 37 games to make the playoffs, but he couldn't do it.
Oh wow!
What are you talking about?
His rookie year. If he won 37 games,
you're telling me he had to win less games than MJ to get to the postseason?
Yeah, he could have made the playoffs with 37 wins, but he won 35. So where was Bron as a rookie?
Who was on his
where was Bron as a who was
on his team?
Why are you worried about who's on the team?
Where was Bron as a rookie?
Who was on his team?
NBA All-Stars with Jonas Ilgauskas.
Facts.
Carlos Boozer, father of a top 3 pick in the 2026 NBA draft.
Nepotism.
Yeah.
Father?
Ricky Davis for a little while.
Who he fathered?
Nigga, the first thing
Ricky
Davis.
You just
Yeah,
brought
for a
up
little
who's
while.
won
For a little
after
while. Yeah,
Bronny.
Ricky Davis was there.
Like literally not less than 10 minutes ago. What are we talking about?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because he's still playing. He's playing with
He's
his
still a
son.
father, is he not? And his son is a better prospect than his son.
He was frying you. Yeah, backed him up. Yeah.
Let me read these super chats. All right, KB. Let's read these super chats. Bucket Factory 499 said Luka took down more 50-win teams in his finals run than Jokic has in his entire career. Jokic PR has been carried by the 2023 ring. Facts.
I agree with that second part. The 50-win measuring stick is
I
really
bet.
Yeah, you got it.
PSG Piccolo, $5 super chat. I'm used to Blazers choking playoff games at this point. Bad scoop game, unfortunately. Get Tiago and JG off my team. Clinging. This some sad shit. Nigga, pain.
Yeah, Klingon been stinky. I think part of it is on him. Part of this 3-point stuff needs to just die. And go back to Biggs playing near the rim, man. Well, this woke
Facts.
nonsense. Ugh, I hate it. But Blazers in 7.
Red Hood 6378 499 super chat said, y'all better slander that nigga Jokic like you did Kawhi. Not everybody gonna
Jokic.
be
You
a
just go
playoff
Jokic on the
riser.
brain. You go Jokic
Oh,
on the
excuse
brain.
me. That's crazy. Y'all better slander that nigga Harden like you did Kawhi. Not everybody can be a playoff riser. Ox was right. Mitchell a bum.
James Harden, the only guy who is meant to be the second best player in his teams and gets slandered like the best every time. Mobley and Mitchell were worse than the fucking James Harden today. And it's crickets. But it's cool.
And it's going to be crickets for me because I'm not slandering D Mitch. That's not my job. That's not my purpose here on earth.
Facts.
I have my purpose. Yala.
Sure.
7782, $5 super chat, bro. I swear that's facts, real talk. My answer tried to tell me Ray Allen a better scorer than Shaq. I'm pretty sure. Like, please go watch Shaq. You spelled Shaq
twice
wrong.
and spell it wrong both times, but
type
with
of
different
ways.
spellings.
That's crazy.
So
That's wild.
I didn't know anyone could
have to have been doing that on purpose.
I didn't know anyone could think Ray Allen's a better scorer than Shaq. I didn't know that was like a thing that could be thought. But, salute to Ray Allen, good player. Oh, Shai maybe.
Oh,
that's even worse, maybe. Because at least with Shaq, you could use the versatility argument.
Yeah.
With Shai, I don't even know what he said. It's Shaq. Okay, yeah, Shaq.
Okay.
Yeah, no way.
Goga, go, Google Gaga.
There you go.
550 says Jabari in 7. Facts. Slightly biased Kobe Bryant fan, 499 super chat says, Mars talking about big shooting threes is a gimmick. I'm ready to say that about all these playmaking bigs in general. Play like a big and not like a fat PG.
I just think for whatever reason, playmaking bigs in the 2020s just means you can't guard shit. What happened to the days when my playmaking big was Joakim Noah or Marc Gasol? My playmaking bigs used to play defense. Like, and you know what? Joakim Noah and Marc Gasol, because they were good on defense, it then artificially inflated guys like Sabonis and Jokic, defensive box plus minus. Because if you read the formula, they say assists for bigs tend to correlate with being a good defender. And they got that from Joakim Noah and Marc Gasol. So because these guys were good, they've now managed to manufacture good defense for these nonsensical bigs. Playmaking bigs used to be able to play defense. I don't know when that decided to stop. But back in the day, back in the good old days, yeah, they used to be able to guard shit.
Draymond, small ball 5.
Facts. Playmaking bigs used to be able to facilitate an offense and anchor a defense. Now all of a sudden they can only do one. And some of them can't do either, but that's neither here nor there.
Facts. For those that are in the waiting area, I'm going to ask that you can turn your camera on if possible. And then we will go from there as far as bringing you all up. Here we go. Too cool for nerds. What's up with you, man? I remember you from last time.
Yeah, salute, man. Salute, real talk, man. Salute, Mars. I got a couple things I want to get off real quick, man. The first thing I wanted to talk about was definitely Shai. I think Shai's doing some nasty things with the refs, man. Shai's getting real nasty with the refs, and I don't like to see it. And I think it needs to be talked about more. But he's everybody's favorite. Everybody loves him. He's the golden child, and you can't say nothing bad about him. But I don't like seeing referees wearing Shea sneakers. For some reason, that rubs me the wrong way. Why is the referee wearing your sneakers? We just need to be studied, man. We need to do a ESPN special on this. 30 for 30, man. Why is these people talking about, oh, I love Shea so much, I'm gonna buy his shoes? You know how hard it is to find Shea's shoes? You don't just find them. You don't just find them in the streets. They don't just come. Somebody just comes up to you just try to sell them to you. You have to go out of your way and have a special relationship, special investment. You know what I'm saying? And I don't like that, man. I just think it's nasty work. I think it's nastier than James Harden, than the prime James Harden Rockets. You know how he used to manipulate the refs, and I think that type of basketball is nasty. Even though I'm a Laker fan and I watch Austin Reeves and I watch Luka Doncic capitalize on the same nasty type of basketball, I still don't like to see Shai get away with it. I don't like to see Shai get away with the same type of basketball I condone as a Laker fan. You know, I don't like to see it. So I still think it needs to be, exposed when Shai's doing it. Just talk about him doing it. Because we talk about Austin, we talk about Luka, we talk about him, all the other merchants who really love the ref and love the whistle. We talk about these guys, but Shai's protected and he's got people wearing his shoes and they controlling the game. It's crazy. Is that not crazy? What do you guys think about that?
I agree.
Now, I
Shay's
do think
whisper
that it's crazy
was
that they
really
are
bad.
out there in his shoe. That to me is a little wild. I'm not gonna lie. That's a little wild.
Insanely suspicious.
Yeah, it's some runner Nikes that them niggas can get that feel good on the feet, right? They
Yeah.
got a good cushion or something, or
It's-
a good Adidas runner shoe or something like that. Out there with the shades on, ref and shade is wild. I'm not
Sus.
going to lie.
Mad sus, bro. Mad
It's
sus.
not a
bro.
good look. It's not a good look for the
They're doing it
NBA.
right in front of our faces at this point. It's like they don't even care. They don't even care. They're doing it right in front
Even
of our
if there's
faces.
nothing going on, it just looks away. You know what I'm saying? You just if there was a referee reffing a Tom Brady game in the Tom Brady's, I would think what's going on here.
Yeah,
That would run across my mind. I'm not gonna
you
lie.
don't need a tinfoil hat just to say that, though. You understand what I'm saying? It's not a conspiracy theory. It's just like it's an observation at this point. It's like what y'all got going on, man? What's up with that, man? Like what's going on? But another thing I wanted to talk about. As a Laker fan. I'm happy to see Rudy Gobert shit on somebody else other than the Lakers, because I'm still traumatized about what Rudy did to us. Everybody else forgot, but I got nightmares about what Rudy did to us. And I've been secretly praying to the basketball gods that Rudy would actually shit on somebody else to make it okay for us to get shit on like we did. And now I see Joker getting shit on by Rudy, and I'm like, okay, see, it wasn't just us now. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yeah, it's like that girl. You try to talk to a girl, she reject you, but you see her reject everybody else too. It's like, yeah, it wasn't just me. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't just me.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
Right.
I
No,
appreciate it.
I get that.
I appreciated seeing Rudy shit on Joker. But one thing I will say about Joker, I was never a big Joker fan, but I feel like just watching him being trash now, for some reason, in a weird way, watching him fail made me realize how great he was. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because he made it look regular. He made our expectations so high. We expected him to be able to perform against Rudy Gobert and dominate consistently, even though he's constantly being scouted. And we took all of that, out of the picture, and we didn't put any of that into consideration. Like, people are constantly scouting this dude, you know. But honestly, I will say this: it was nasty seeing Caruso being able to guard him, like in the playoffs when I seen Caruso guarding Joker. I knew this day would come. I knew inevitably this day would come. I knew that was when I seen the first chink in his armor. It's like Caruso should never be able to guard you. That's nasty. That's disgusting work. It was no excuse for that back then. But even though I still feel like he was so great that we didn't appreciate it. We didn't appreciate how great he was, just leading the league and all of these rebounds, assists, and PRA. All the PRA looked amazing, and I just think we really took him for granted, low key. We took Jokic for granted, and I think we really didn't appreciate that run he had because everybody can't have longevity, and Mars just said that not everybody values longevity, but not everybody can have it. Everybody just not able to sustain greatness for that long. So that's why I think the value of longevity goes up. But looking at Joker, looking at Giannis, eventually people was able to stop these people that was like unstoppable. You know what I'm saying? Giannis, Joker, it happened Embiid in a weird way. I feel like, he was just, I expected him to perform better than what he did against the Celtics just last night, and honestly, I feel like after you perform on a nightly basis at such a high level, such a peak level, people start expecting you to put out and sustain that peak level performance. And those expectations is hard to play against. I think Joker felt the weight of the expectations, and it's not easy to perform and have longevity because the extra pressure and those expectations, it actually does make you play worse. I think that's what we all watching.
Um, I do think that Jokic, number one, I think Rudy Gobert is in his head right now. To be honest with you, I do think there's a mental hurdle that he has to overcome in this matchup. That I don't think it's just how good Rudy's playing defense. Like, of course, that's part of it, but like Jokic just like airmailing shots. He's like airballing. He's missing badly. It's more than Rudy is playing good defense.
It's
There is
Space
a
Jam.
mental
It's like
component to
Space
it.
Jam, right? It's like what
Mhm.
happened? What happened to your jumper? What happened to your automatic? I used to watch Joker and be surprised when he missed. I used to watch him and be surprised. Like everything was automatic. It's kind of like Russell Westbrook back in the day. He used to have an automatic mid range and transition that he just lost out of nowhere. Or Markel Fultz, that's probably a better example. Lost his jump shot out of nowhere. It's like unexplainable in a weird way. I think that's what's really going on with Joker too. Is I really can't explain. How do you explain him losing his touch?
Yeah,
He's what?
it's he's not washed. He's just, but
Watch is
it's
crazy.
a it's a mental component there for sure. Um, but I appreciate you, man, and your perspective and your viewpoint. We are going to move on to the next and final person, but
Salute,
continue
salute.
to tap in. Too cool for nerds. You know what I'm saying? We definitely appreciate you around here, man. Continue to support. You know what I'm saying, and pop up, man. You'll definitely get the link and be brought up.
Salute. Salute y'all. Peace, bro.
Yes, sir. Sam Presti's son.
What's up, guys? What's up, guys? How y'all doing tonight?
I'm good, man. How you doing?
Doing good. Just enjoying, just basking in this Jokic hate, man. But actually, since everybody been talking about Jokic hate, I'm gonna bring up something else first. I do want. Well, first of all, Mars, I do want to ask you because I know it was either the beginning before this season or for last season. I know you said something about you expected Evan Mobley to be the Cavs' best player? And I've always wanted to ask. I've never understood the
I may
hype
have
for
said
Evan
that.
Mobley.
I can't remember it, but it sounds like something I may have said.
Yeah, because it was something you said before the season. He was like, if they want to win a chip, I think Evan Mobley's going to become the Cavs' best player, something along those lines. I just want to ask, what did you ever see in Evan Mobley? Because I never understood the hype. Because at least with Chet, I could see the Chet hype. Because the Chet hype is his offensive skill set. His downside is he don't have the body. He just physically just cannot do what he needs to do. His body's limit him so much. But at least I can see the touch.
Body, like Evan is filling out. Like if that were to like swap, Chet might actually be something.
You know what I'm saying? If Chet had Evan's body, and Evan's body ain't great, but if Chet had Evan's body, he would be so much better offensively. But with Evan, I just never seen the skill set because I'm like, I don't know what he does so well that we could give him some of the offensive expectations some people have for him.
Well, it started with defense, obviously. I thought he could be one of the 5-ish best defenders on the planet with his
that's understandable
combination of rim protection plus switchability and overall versatility. I was like, if you have that foundation defensively, I don't think he has to be the same level of offensive player as other people. But I thought his offensive game last regular season was developing in a way that led me to think he could be kind of, the way I would define it is like he could be like an offensive number 2, defensive number 1, and then in totality just be your best player by virtue of that. Kind of like a way worse Kevin Garnett.
KG,
yeah, but like the same premise would still apply. I thought his passing, especially in the short roll, had developed a lot. Last year he could make jumpers. I don't know what happened this year. Like he just forgot how to shoot free throws, threes, all of it. So that kind of hurt the agenda push. And then I also understated his lack of overall coordination. The fact that like his footwork, especially as a roll man, is as bad as it is, and like how easy he is to get knocked off balance, or how many times he's having to rush finishes because he's not gathered himself correctly. I understated like how damaging that would be. Yeah, clumsy is actually a decent word. I understated that. And then I did foresee, because last year he started like attacking mismatches more as like a post-up threat and all of that stuff. So I thought if he continued to develop that and you get someone who was a dynamic roller, you couldn't switch because he could punish mismatches. He could also stretch the floor in like circumstances, not asking him to shoot 10 threes a game, but he also could stretch the floor while being one of the 5 best defenders on the planet. I was like, that guy's probably the best player on the Cavs. Pretty much none of that happened. So yeah, it didn't go as planned, I guess.
Yeah.
That was the vision. That was the vision I had. So it just didn't work out.
Yeah. I just never saw it offensively, and even defensively, I just don't, as great as Evan is defensively, let's not play. Evan's an elite defender. If he was, bring it back to Chet, if he was like a Chet Rudy level defender, at least I would even understand maybe the defensive number 1s. But I just don't know, especially when his offensive game is just as flawed as it was. I just never saw, and he's not great enough defensively for me to just get past all that. I just never really saw it with Mobley on that end. But I do want to ask you, Real Talk, something, because I saw you talking about I was talking about the Rockets game earlier, the Rockets series earlier on Get This channel. I do want to ask why, because I know some people are giving Ime flack for a few different reasons, for whatever it is. Why does Ime get a pass for this team not having a point guard? I've never understood that, because it's not like the GM just wanted Ime. It's like, all right, here you go, bro. This is just the roster you got. Ime has a hand in his roster. Ime has a hand in this team not having a point guard, because the same thing happened with the Celtics when he was on the Celtics. The 22 Celtics, even in that playoff run, there was moments where they really, really hurt from having a point guard, because their offense just came down to, fuck it, we're just going to jack up some tough shots. And sometimes it worked, sometimes it didn't. It just wasn't as bad because Tatum is a better playmaker than current KD, and B, he's a better ball handler than current KD. So this wasn't as much of a problem. But it's
their
like,
roster also had Marcus Smart, who
yeah, I'm gonna say they also still had Marcus Smart because even as flawed as a point guard he is, he's still better than what the Rockets got.
Set the record for turnovers in a playoff run in 22. I remember that.
Yeah,
Was like a
but yeah, because I'm like that same team struggled from the same problems, and I just think Ime just values defense from a lot of his. He wants to value defense from all his positions. I just don't think he's willing to get it up for a point guard. That's even why he gave up. But I do think Ime has a hand in this team not having a point guard. I don't want to give him a pass in that regard.
I mean, from a roster construction standpoint, I mean, me and you both don't know how much say he has as far as like who's signing on the team. But if I'm not taking that into consideration, like him not having any roster construction power because he's not the GM, then why would he get blamed for the GM not making a trade for a point guard at the trade deadline? Why is he getting blamed for Fred VanVleet being injured prior to the season starting?
Mm-hmm.
Why is he being blamed because Reed Shepard's not a good enough player yet? Why is he getting blamed because now Ben Thompson has to run point guard and he's a 4? Like, why would I be blaming Ime for that?
I'm not saying you should blame Ime for that, but I don't know if I exactly just give Ime a pass either for this team just not having the point guard.
I mean, maybe if you want to say they need to be able to work around it, sure, but like, yeah, they don't have one on the roster that is currently playing and healthy. They just don't.
Yeah.
Kevin Durant's not good enough to do it. Reed Shepard gets obliterated on the other end of the court, so you can't keep him in the game as much, and not a great off-the-bounce shooter himself. Alfred Sengun is basically their point guard because he's like the hub of their offense, basically. But y'all, you look like that, but then and he's ass, don't get me wrong. But then you watch the games where Sengun's not there, and it gets
worse. Yeah.
It's worse when Sengun's not on the court. So it's like, I'm not blaming, or I'm not looking at Ime any kind of way because they don't have a point guard. Now, if you want to blame him or hold him accountable for, how the defense has looked in this series against a less talented team, where he's supposed to be like a defensive-minded coach, I'm with that. But to me, like the offensive struggles of the Houston Rockets, like I get blaming Ime for that. At the same time, I've never seen Ime as some offensive juggernaut of a coach anyway. And so when you mix that with how limited this roster really is, just as an offensive unit, I'm expecting for the offense to kind of be ass. Like, that was kind of part of the plan, in my opinion. It's, hey, can we rebound enough for it not to matter as much? And can KD close games? That was the thought process when acquiring Kevin Durant. Swap him for Jaylen Green. Fred VanVleet is still there, theoretically. Running point guard. Hey, KD, score, close out games as a scorer. We rebound as a unit, led the league in offensive rebounding yet again. We defend at a high level. We win basketball games. Like, that's that. Them being a mid offense was like baked in my opinion. I wasn't expecting them to be a good offensive team.
Yeah, I understand all that. Well, I guess everybody been doing it, but I do want to get back to the Jokic stuff because personally, I haven't really been on the Jokic train for like a while now, and as time has went on, I became lower on him as a scorer, but especially him as a passer. Over time, I had to accept I realized that him just not being a ball handler is just so important. And because I remember I used to hear conversations even on PC, some people talking about he's a better passer than Braun. He's a better passer than this, that, and the third. But it's like when you can't break down the defense, when you can't put pressure on the defense with your ball handling, it just limits you so much. In the fact that your offense just basically becomes off-ball movement. Like it just becomes off-ball movement and defensive breakdowns. And it's like, I don't know if realistic enough to depend on that for like, and it's like as much as you need to do in a playoff series. It's just not, I just don't think that's realistic. I don't think that's viable. And then another problem I ran into is I think Jokic can also be mitigated by physicality. Because even like the Timberwolves, like the fact that they can feel comfortable putting Cat on him, the fact that they can feel comfortable putting Randall on him, the fact that they could feel comfortable putting Nas Reed on him, even OKC, the fact that they felt comfortable putting J Will on him and is like just being physical with him. Say, if you just be physical with him, whatever he does at that point, we'll live with it. I just never was on board with all the Jokic hype, and even defensively, like, because his defensive lows are just so bad. Even in that OKC series, some people say he's not as bad defensively in the OKC series. Yeah, he wasn't as bad in the middle of the series because they had to go to a zone because he was getting killed. They literally had to go to the zone because he was getting killed. Also because the Shai 3-point shot wasn't there, and the OKC spacing was bad. But they had to go to a zone, and then even like I'd even say starting from the fourth quarter of Game 4, once Shai broke the zone, they were just religiously attacking Jokic. It was religious. They were just destroying him. And because I ain't gonna lie, for a while, I did buy the media narrative. Jokic isn't that bad of a defender. He's just a good team defender. This, that, dirt. But the more I watched and the more I watched basketball, I was like, I just can't get with that. I just can't get with that. And I remember, and also, I do want to talk about that one guy earlier talking about they need to get rid of either Jamal or Aaron Gordon. Those are probably the two players you just can't get rid of. Jokic needs a ball handler next to him. He needs a hollow ball handler next to him. And Jamal Murray is, realistically speaking, the highest ball handler Jokic is going to get next to him.
Or
and
not only a ball handler, he needs
a scorer.
That ball handler to be an elite pull-up shooter as well.
Yeah.
That's what makes that two-man game what it is.
Yeah.
If that ball handler is now Stephon Castle or whatever, shit gets spooky.
Yeah.
Because we're just going under that screen. And low-key, we can now just guard Stephon Castle with probably somebody big enough to where we feel comfortable switching. So that's the thing. Jamal Murray has to be guarded by somebody who can navigate screens well, which oftentimes means a smaller person. So now you can't switch. If you switch, Jokic is just going to fry the guard or whatever. But you also put the big that's in that drop in a compromising position because, Jamal Murray is shooting 42% on pull-up threes. So now what do you do with that? Somebody has to be able to defend it if Jokic gets a good screen on the guy guarding Jamal Murray. So, yeah, if that ball handler can't shoot at an elite clip,
yeah,
if Jokic with no two-man game, yeah,
because you get rid of Jamal or AG, it hurts. Like Jokic with no two-man game is detrimental. Jokic without all this shit that Aaron Gordon has to do for them defensively, because he basically has to be their primary rim protector, which in itself is a problem. But he has to do so much for them defensively, and he's probably one of the few players in the league, one of the few fours in the league that actually fit like really well next to Jokic, especially since he added the 3-point shot. I just think you can't get rid of any of those two players. You just can't. But yeah, I just don't know what the Nuggets do. 'Cause I think he just limits you so much roster construction wise, because it's weird. Like Jokic needs defensive players around him, but he also needs like really good offensive players around him. It's such a weird balance, because at least with a guy like Luka or like a guy like Shai, we could just say, fuck it, we're gonna put it all on the defensive end, and whatever they like, they'll just keep our offensive team from falling so low, like the floor in itself won't be too low, that we can just get by off of defense. right? I don't know that doesn't really work with Jokic because Jokic just also needs so much offensively to work. It's just such a weird fit to build around a guy like him. But I've never really understood it. The hype.
Yeah. It's these one-way players, they put you in more of a bind than I think people like really take into account. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. They really do.
Yeah, not only a one-way player, but like a limited one-way player. Like a non-ball handling big is just, man. The only non-ball handling big I could put in any sort of offensive goal conversations is just Shaq. And that's just purely off of the fact that, that Caruso shit they did to Jokic, that's not working on Shaq. You can't put these smaller, like Julius Randle on Shaq, I think he's going to die mid-game. You can't do stuff like that. And also, like Shaq makes it so much like harder for you not to get him the ball. Then he's also a high-level offensive rebounding threat. He's also a vertical spacer. Like he's a lob threat. So, and then you just can't guard him one-on-one. Like you're better off trying to get him not to get the ball than actually trying to guard Shaq one-on-one. It's just, or doubling him. And at that point, he can pass. So it's like, what are you really gonna do? So that's the only something I could really put into like offensive GOAT conversations, just off the fact that the game plan for him offensively is just so it's really hard to have an answer for him. But yeah, I just can't really get down with centers like that. And Mars, I'm with you on the bigs, these fake floor spacing bigs. I've been saying it for a while now, and I've seen people bring up, certain bigs percentages, this, that, and third. But I'm like, if the team's not guarding you, how much floor spacing are you providing? And I think it's even worse with a guy like Klingen, because especially because Klingen be such a good rebounder. I remember there was games, especially early in the Trailblazers series, when I'm watching Klingen kill people on the offensive boards. You can't do that if you're at the 3-point line. This is not going to happen. I just don't. These floor spacing bigs that I think if I remember right, the Grizzlies are trying to make Zach Edey a 3-point shooter. Every big is trying to become a 3-point shooter. It's like you're not going to be, unless you're Cat, unless you're KP, maybe Chet. There's so few bigs that are just going to get respect from teams as a 3-point shooter. I just don't know how much you're really providing to your team's offense. Just at that point, you just be better off becoming a better passer, becoming better in the short roll, becoming better around the rim, becoming a better rebounder. Because the 3-point shooting, unless you're just a very small list of bigs in the league, you're not really providing much to your offense.
Yeah. I mean, I agree with what you said. I do think that a lot of bigs would have more value just being better at big type of things. But we're at a time now where everybody wants to shoot threes, and
I thought that would be Jalen Duren, and then 9 and 8.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, Jalen Duren is, but that's the thing. That's why Jalen Duren is not playing well, though. It's not because Jalen Duren isn't hitting threes. It's like, oh, you're not being the monster on the glass that we thought you would be. You're not being this great play finisher around the rim that we thought you would be, and stuff like that. He's not excelling at the big man things. So that's why he's not playing as well. But we appreciate you, Sam Presti's son. Very interesting name there. Are you an OKC fan?
I am. Even though I'm not gonna lie to you, my name's Sam Presti's son. I'm kind of iffy on Sam. I don't hate Sam. I will say I do think this team being.
I'm not finna let nobody who was spoiled by their GM and have the best GM in the game complain about having the best GM in the game. Sam Presti, son, you were about to sound very spoiled rotten. I'm not going to lie. That's why I kicked you off. Okay? We'll see you next time. Before you got off any kind of bad Sam Presti, I just saved you. I'm not going to lie. Being iffy on Sam Presti It's one of the worst things I've heard in a long time. We're not gonna lie. That is one of the people I am so sure about. Is Sam
He
Presti.
traded James Harden, so I mean, you know.
That will conclude this stream of Town Hall Hoops. You know what I'm saying? Make sure that you are tapped in. Again, I'm going to add Mars's name to the title after the conclusion of the video when I can. Make sure that you are subscribed. If you are not subscribed, hit that subscribe button. Hype the VOD as well. After the video ends, make sure you hype it. Helps us out in the algorithm. We are on the road to 10K subscribers over here on this channel, so make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you turn on that notification bell so you know when we're live and when we drop another video. And again, Mars, tell the people where they can find you.
MarzTalksSports on YouTube. I think John D might have died. So yeah. He also makes my thumbnails, so that's also a problem. So I don't know what we're gonna do about that. And then PC Monday through Friday, 8 to 11 Pacific, 11 to 2 Eastern. Yeah.
I do that show as well sometimes, Mondays and Wednesdays, flex the rest of the week. So I'll be on there tomorrow, and we shall see how that goes. But until next time, ladies and gentlemen, again, make sure you hit that subscribe button, like the stream, and we will see you Wednesday. Peace, love, and blessings to you all.
Assuming I can make a thumbnail. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I have somebody that can do a thumbnail.